All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Otaku Perspective, your new favorite anime podcast. I'm your host, Jordan. Here are my co-hosts, man. We got TJ.
Spy, man.
We got Theo.
Yo, what's good?
Man, this week we're reviewing the first 24 manga canon episodes of Boruto. Last week we reviewed Eden of the East. If you guys have not checked that episode out, man, go watch it. And this week is Theo's turn to decide what we watching next week, man. So for our thoughts on Boruto and to see what we reviewing next week, man, stay tuned.
I'm a real spitter, baby, give me all the currency. Ain't nobody in this rap game going hard as me. Tripled up my money, niggas say I got that pedigree. You ain't heard by now, let me introduce, I'm so from 3. When you see me out, hella gas in rotation. I can't even count all these blunts I've been facing. Told that bitch to get up off my ass, up off my case. This ain't even that, why you switching up the play? Like I won't pull up and dick you down and skirt off, take a race. Why you tryna check me, girl, you know that ain't your place. I've been working, I've been rolling, I'm so sorry for the wait. I've been living in the studio, like that's where I stay.
Get into it, man. Just some background facts real quick, man. 2017, Studio Period, 293 episodes. Obviously, of course, right now it's on hiatus, waiting for Two Blue Vortex anime adaptation to begin. We got another new low for Mal score, man. New all-time low, man. It's 6.02. So by far the lowest show we've reviewed.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For some voice actor credit, man, we got for Boruto in the Japanese. We got Yuko Sanpei, who plays Renton and Eureka 7. In the English, we got Meili Flanagan, who also plays Naruto. For Sarada in the Japanese, we got Kokoro Kikuchi. She plays Agito in Air Gear. And for the English, we got Jeremy Lee, who plays Lucy in Fairy Tail. For the English for Sarada. All right, let's get into it. So, just to make everything clear for our audience, we are only doing the manga canon episodes, the first manga canon episodes, the first 24 of them. So, it would be episodes 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 39, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 148, 149, 150, and 151. All right. So we're starting first arc. Kind of a cheat since it's not manga. Technically, this is an anime adaptation of the Naruto Gaiden light novel. That basically covers Sarada and her first time since she was like very small, meeting Sasuke as Naruto and Sasuke reconvene after a lot of the stuff like the Osushi clan starts to like hit off, and they start getting the inkling that more members of Kaguya's clan could be coming to the village or basically just become a threat. For this first episode, I have for my synopsis, Sarada begins to question who her real mother is and decides to ask Naruto about Sasuke. What did you guys have for episode 19?
I'm gonna let you go first on that one.
For this episode, I thought it was pretty cool, I guess, just since this basically was like my first episode ever watching Boruto.
Gotcha.
I thought it was cool. I literally had like Boruto. He seems just like Naruto as far as I think just like personality wise. Just you know what I mean. Him being kind of like a energetic kid. Even though he definitely had some angst and stuff towards his dad as far as like them not seeing eye to eye and stuff. He definitely reminded me of Naruto. I liked the character designs as far as the kids in this episode. Yeah, that was about it. I think as far as Sarada, it definitely threw me off though. I could see a lot of Sasuke in her. I guess her character design. Mm-hmm. But as far as Sakura, you know what I mean? It wasn't until like she got to really, I guess, like displaying her strength in some of the following episodes, and I was like, okay, that's really your mom's type. Right. But yeah, I think this episode, I could tell just off the bat that like the tone was gonna be very light, and that's something that kind of bugged me a bit about the show. I think like just this situation that, you know what I mean, like the characters found themselves in, just, you know what I mean, her kind of like complaining about, you know what I mean, like not really seeing her dad and different things like that. And I understand that like obviously they didn't give her like little to no information as far as like what the mission was or what he was actually doing. But she came off as like a very intelligent character, and it might have just been the glasses or just the way she was talking. But yeah. I kind of got the sense that like she was, you know what I mean, it's supposed to be like pretty intelligent for her age or whatever the case may be. So to see, I guess like my first display of her character being just like this kind of like displaying this like stubborn like childishness, like, no, I'm not trying to hear that, like what's really going on, and then her like jumping to these conclusions and like, nah, you not my mom, like, you know what I mean? It just kind of, I don't know, it just kind of made me view the show like, it's going to be, you know what I mean? I was just kind of, I don't want to say disappointed, but I definitely, my expectations weren't too high. And like I said, I felt like the tone was going to be very light just because it seemed kind of like a silly situation to, you know what I mean, for me to, be, I guess, be introduced to just off the bat, I guess.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. For me, this is I may have stopped up to this point, maybe a few episodes after episode 19 from before watching the show, but we're kind of revisiting and starting off at 19. Like T said, I mean, Sarah's character was cool. I mean, I kind of felt like she would have more information about her Uchiha side, because she was kind of questioning about, who's, why dad isn't here, about her Uchiha powers and Sharingan and all that great lengths. And then Sakura pretty much isn't informing her about that. She's just fulfilling the parent role, just like everything's going to be okay, which that was cool to me. The whole Sasuke clip that we did see of him towards the end of the episode of his little fight, that was kind of dope seeing that. I was also kind of questioning whether or not it's Sasuke, before actually watching the show, I was actually questioning, like, all right, Sasuke going to be, like, who's going to be the main focus of this? Because starting out watching it, when you get on Crunchyroll, you see Sasuke's thumbnail on there, so it's like, all right, so going into it, it's going to be more Sasuke and Naruto, but we're going to see hints of the kids every now and then, or is it going to be just fully only the kids? So starting out here with just the whole figuring out who my dad is or who my real mom is from Sarah's perspective, it was kind of cool, I guess. It was really interesting seeing all the other characters growing up as well. I thought that was pretty dope. Did you guys watch it in sub or dub?
I watched dub.
Dub. I hate Boruto's dub. I watched it mostly in sub all the way up to like the last 3 episodes of like 60 through 63, and I watched it in dub then, and I was like, yeah, I should stick to sub. But the way my experience with it, yeah, the way my experience with the first episode going onward, it was pretty much it was laid back. I mean, it wasn't not good, but it wasn't, my expectations wasn't met. I'll say that about Boruto. But for episode 19 was cool. The most that I've taken out was mainly the Sasuke fight, because Sasuke is obviously the generational anime character everyone loves. So.
Yeah. Yeah, Sasuke versus Kinshiku was great.
Yeah.
I like this episode being like a fan of Sasuke through the original Naruto. The character I was most excited to see coming into this was Sasuke's kid. So definitely with us getting a first episode that was like focused on her, situated on her, I was like, okay, this is a great start, at least for me, just with the biases I have, because I'm a Sasuke fan, so this is the character I wanted to see, if any of them. I thought Chocho was really funny in this episode. Just her and Sakura being Sarada being friends, and her going on her whole tangent about trying to find her dad, and how, you know, training with her dad is annoying. Her dad, like, annoys her. And Sarada kind of sitting there like, man, I wish my dad was around. Which I can't blame her. Like, if I was stuck in the house with Sakura all the time, I'd be fucking ready to get the fuck out of there, too. Sakura destroying the house, to me, was hilarious. I like that scene. When Sarada starts to, like, grill her about the situation and, like, you know, Dad went out to go get some cigarettes. And he came back in some time. Like, what the fuck going on?
She got a lighter, so you had to go back to get it.
Right. And I guess, like, with her and Sasuke looking so much alike, she was like, because at first it's weird. Like, why'd you question, you know, you think you would question, is this my real dad, before you question, like, is this my real mom? Because obviously, if you came out of your mom, they pretty sure that's your mom.
Right.
But I guess it's just like because physically she looks so much like Sasuke. And of course they are very like closed-minded. They don't tell her anything. But off the bat, I enjoyed this episode, and I enjoyed that Sarada kind of had, like you were talking about, like the more intelligent, more mature character, personality. So just like not being sure of what Sasuke's kid would be like at all. I was definitely very pleased coming into this episode saying like, oh, okay, she seemed like she going to be a cool character. She seemed like, you know, kind of like team leader like, and even in this, you know, light novel, which takes place like 2 years or something in the past before they even become, you know, Genin and like real shinobi. Right. I was like, okay, yeah, she seems to have some maturity about her, and she seems like a character that I can like, which I was definitely looking forward to. But yeah, that's all I have for this one. I thought it was a great episode. I like the little soft intro they had. You can kind of tell that this was like the first like manga canon episodes, because at the very beginning they do like kind of a soft intro to like you see all the kids training with their parents, and so you can kind of get a feel for like, oh, so that's Sai and Ino's kid, that's Choji's kid, that's, you know, that's Rock Lee's kid, you know. Mm-hmm. So I like that little scene for them to develop that. Yeah. Kind of shows that. Episode 2 synopsis. I got Sarada and Chocho start their journey to take Naruto his lunch, but are intercepted by Shin Uchiha before they can reach him. What you guys think of this one?
I remember when I first seen that. Well, yeah, when I first seen Shin appear with the shotgun, I'm like, all right, who? Like, obviously, we know that's not an actual Uchiha member, so who is that? But I mean, when I first seen his character design, I thought it was pretty goofy to me with that, with how the hair was, and it was like a little kid and everything.
He looked like a plant or something.
Bro, like Bulbasaur with just albino, but I mean, yeah. But I mean, seeing that whole quick scene of that, it was cool. I like the scene where Boruto was at the gate just as Naruto left to give him the lunch. And then Sarada appeared with Chocho, and I thought that was pretty cool with that whole little dialogue that they had, because obviously Boruto, he kind of resent his father being Hokage up to this point, even I would say prior to these episodes that we were reviewing. Right. And he pretty much like resent him being Hokage because he's not there. He's pretty much like Sasuke. I mean, he's there, but he's not there. You feel me? So it was like...
He's just too busy, yeah.
Right, it was cool to me. I definitely like seeing it from an audience member because, I mean, you will understand that, you know, as you're older, but when you're younger, you're going to be so naive to it and abyss that, yeah, grown-ups going to have adult situations where they can't be at home. So I thought that was a cool little thing right there. And just seeing that Sarah was pretty much happy to take the lunch because it's a great opportunity for her to see her father. I thought that was cool. And see what else. The whole...
Yeah, Chocho popping up was like hilarious to me because Sarada, like, she goes to the Hokage office and she overhears like them Naruto talking to Shikamaru like, oh, I'm gonna just have to meet up with Sasuke personally, and so she like tries to like sneak out the next morning and like just like follow behind Naruto, and Chocho pops out of nowhere like, oh yeah, we're going on that journey, right? Right. Like just a random magical journey to find her dad. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, that was cool. But I also had to Jordan's point about Chocho. Kind of say about last episode. I will say Chocho is she's probably like my second or third favorite character on the show, just because of the episodes we're reviewing, just because of her comic relief. Like it's just it cracks me up a lot, man. Especially she talks about her own weight, because it reminds me of Naruto. Choji would hate that when people do it, but she just straight up embraces it. So it was like nothing you could say to her pretty much phase her at all. Like anything you say to her, unless you're talking about her beauty appearance, like calling her fat and all that, she just doesn't.
I love how like Chocho's answer for everything is just to give somebody some
food.
chips.
Yeah, straight
here.
And we'll see like next episode.
They're consomme flavor.
Right. You see the next couple episodes, she just like, man, I hate tension, man. Here's some chips. Let's be friends over this bag of chips. But yeah, I definitely like her character a lot. But yeah, this episode is pretty cool to me. Getting introduced to Shin Uchiha and seeing how this all correlates with the Uchihas in general. Along with the mission with Naruto, Chocho, Sakura on their mission to find Sasuke.
I feel like this episode was pretty cool. Pretty much agree with a lot of what y'all saying. I definitely like Chocho's character. I thought these first couple episodes really like showed, or it kind of like set the tone for like how funny she was gonna be. But yeah, I definitely like just kind of like her interjections and just. I guess like you said, the kind of comedic relief that she provides to like the tense situations or like I guess like the more like emotional situations and different things like that. I thought it was pretty cool. As far as Shin Uchiha, that was I guess probably the main thing that stood out to me this episode. I was definitely a bit confused, like, you know what I mean? Like, where did he come from? Like, who is this? I definitely kind of got an inkling that he was like a clone or something already, just because of like how he was talking. Like I literally had wrote down like, bro, he's barely speaking in like coherent sentences. So that made me feel like obviously he looked about the same age as Sarada and Chocho, but just with like how he was talking and stuff, I was like, okay, so you feel me? This is like he was raised in a cave or something. You feel me? I'm like, he probably doesn't have like formal education, and like his head literally looks like a plant. So I'm like, yeah, is this nigga a clone or like I literally thought he was like literally like not like a clone, like a shadow clone or something, but like more like an advanced clone, like somebody tried to make their own kid or something. You feel me? And I thought like, I don't know. You feel me? I thought like, okay, they done brought Obito or Madara back or something. You know, like I was trying to think of like anybody that was like Uchiha who might have survived up until this point and they didn't really know about or something. So I would say it was definitely interesting and it brought a lot of like, I guess like interest and like intrigue, because I was definitely like curious as to know like where did this little nigga come from. So yeah.
Oh, and just to add on to that, I remember watching it my first through it was like, aren't we over this Kaguya whole thing? Like we're not gonna see another knockoff characters from Kaguya's line. That'll be the main plot point of this arc for Boruto. That was kind of my main gripe going forward when I was watching it and stopped watching it to a certain point. So when we was picking it up, I kind of figured, all right, there's clips all over the internet. I seen certain fights. I'm like, okay, so this is going to be a plot point for these arcs up to a certain degree. So knowing that Shin pops up and then he is kind of like he wasn't even a lineage of it. Kaguya's line, I think it was mostly Orochimaru's, but we figured it out later on in the episodes. So yeah, when I first seen his character, I kind of just like roll my eyes pretty much for my watch through.
Yeah, I thought this was a good episode. When we seen like Sheen like teleport away after he fights KCM Naruto, I was like, he's using Kamui. Like, is Kamui back? That's I definitely was surprised to see like he had a Mangekyo, a Sharingan. He could like manipulate metal. That was cool. I liked they really started to like lay the groundwork in this episode for Sarada's admiration for Naruto. We get to see how much Naruto has grown. He's mature now. He always wanted to be Hokage. Now we see him like being a really great Hokage. After like Sarada tells her or him about like all the stuff she had going on with Sasuke or whatever, and he basically tells her like after she like talks about how she doesn't really know a lot about Sasuke, he tells her like what Sasuke was like growing up, and she starts to we see that start to like form her personality of like looking up to Naruto, later wanting to become Hokage. And I thought this episode definitely did a lot of groundwork for laying down what will later be a lot of her personality. And then towards the end of this episode, we see her awaken her Sharingan, so that was a big point.
Yeah, I think towards the end of this episode, they actually met up with Sasuke, and she kind of she awakened her Sharingan because of her emotions was super high.
Yeah.
All right, we move on to the last one. Unless y'all had any more points for that one.
No, I'll say it's not really a point, but I did like the conversation she had with Naruto. I kind of had the feeling where, from what I knew, was that she's going to be under Naruto's wings as far as like training. Because like you said, she was talking about Hokage and all that.
Yeah.
So I kind of was under the assumption, all right, she's going to be under Naruto's wing because Sasuke isn't going to be there a lot. He's on his mission. So she's going to take after him more so than Sasuke. And yeah, that's just all the point I want to make on that one.
All right, episode 3. Sarada questions Sasuke about the identity of her real mother before Shino-Chika launches his attack against Naruto and Sasuke. All right, what you guys have for this one?
I'm not gonna lie, for this episode, I guess hearing the motivations of Shino-Chika, I thought that was kind of interesting. That he was I don't know, I guess he was just trying to revive the Akatsuki and stuff, but I guess his reasoning as far as, you know what I mean, which is crazy because I will say after watching these episodes, I did I get what he's saying, you know what I mean, yeah, y'all definitely got weak, this era piece shit, this shit weak, we need to turn this shit up. So, but when he hearing him saying it, I'm like, oh yeah, this nigga crazy, he's bugging. So I thought that was fried. And I definitely noted, and I don't know, I guess it was just, I don't know if it was due in part to, you know what I mean, this only being 21 episodes into the show. They didn't really want to, you know what I mean, show their hand. They didn't really want to go crazy, with, I guess, the confrontation scene that they had. But I definitely had written down, I'm like, damn, these niggas got weak. I'm like, and especially once, you know what I mean? I feel especially once they kind of realize, okay, this nigga, you know what I mean? He can control metal, he can control weapons. I was fully expecting one of them to be all right, man, hug it, man. Putting the tools down, come here, let's box it out. So, you know what I mean? I just thought they would try to, I guess, either change their strategy or, you know what I mean? I guess I just thought it would be a bit more climatic, you feel me? As far as, the fight and the confrontation. It was cool for what it was, but that's just something I had written down. I'm like, feel me? I'm like, dang, are they, you know what I mean? Are they kind of trying to hold, you know what I mean, hold them back, and, you know what I mean, this be just, something that we see, well, obviously, we'll find out, but I guess at the time, I was just kind of dang, are they kind of, you know what I mean, are they, saving it, you know what I mean, are they kind of, saving their techniques, if I get pushed to the limit, I might pull this out, and this out, or, you know what I mean, or I'm or are they just kind of, it just kind of felt like they had kind of dumb, you know what I mean, Naruto and Sasuke down just to kind of, I guess not have them stomp all over Shino-Chika, so yeah, it was just something I had noticed. I'm like, dang, I was fully expecting them to just stomp on him really and keep it pushing.
I'll say for later as far as the fight scenes in the show goes. I do want to comment something about that. This episode was cool to me. The whole confrontation Sasuke had with his daughter. I mean, I thought it was fried how cold-shouldered he was towards her. He pretty much just none of this got anything to do with you.
Right.
You can go ahead and go somewhere. This is adult business. And he's Naruto just bro, why you gotta be so hard on your daughter for? He's like, no, you just soft, man. You know, so typical Sasuke. Again, another likable character in the show. I ain't got much to say about these episodes until leading to the fight that we're going to get into in the next couple episodes.
Yeah, I thought the fight in this episode was pretty good. Naruto kind of just standing back and protecting the kids while Sasuke really did the most of the fighting.
Right.
And as you'd expect from them two, mostly had a handle. They was maybe caught off guard once or twice. Yeah. I like Sakura coming in to kind of save the day. We get a little bit of a Team 7 reunion.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of cool. Before, she gets teleported to the hideout. again, we see like Naruto talking to Sarada after Sasuke kind of tells her off. And she's basically like talking her off the edge. Sasuke almost attacking his own daughter because he didn't recognize his own daughter after so many years. Was a crazy scene. We learn, obviously, to answer the question of like where Sasuke has been all this time. In like a flashback when Naruto is talking to Sarada, we like see a flashback of him and Sasuke talking. Basically, after like their last fight at the end of Shippuden, basically Sasuke talking about how he was going to basically do more of a Itachi role, like protect the village from the outside, using the Rinnegan. He's the only one who could like follow traces of the Otsutsuki power to try to make sure that like no other Otsutsuki come back to Earth to try to attack it, or Kaguya didn't like plant some shit or whatever. They don't have no bullshit going on. Shin's whole thing with like trying to revive the Akatsuki was fried, and then they're like, Sasuke killed Itachi. We're going to avenge Itachi.
Right.
So definitely like, they got bad information. So it's definitely raising some eyebrows. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? Chocho offering Sasuke the chips to me was hilarious because, bruh, to me, Sasuke just in my head is like this super serious character,
right,
who I almost like strictly just remember talking to Naruto. So it's like whenever you see Sasuke talking to anybody else, it's I don't know why it's so funny to me, but her offering the chips, that scene will forever stick with me. That was hilarious. Yeah, that's all I got for this third one. All right. Y'all ready for 4?
Yes, sir.
All right.
It's 422, right?
22.
Yeah.
Episode 22.
All right, after a genetic test done by Suigetsu, Sarada wrestles with the decision whether or not to save Sakura. All right.
I'll go first on that one. I think I stopped just before this point. And when I seen that test result, I was like, oh, dang, Sasuke was out here just...
Yeah.
I was like, dang, for real? I was even shocked by it. I'm like, oh, okay. But even then, watching it, I still kind of felt... I don't know. I understood why Sarada responded the way she responded because of Suigetsu giving her that information. But from the outside, I still kind of looked at it as like... Even though she's not your mother, she was there for you all the time, taking care of you. Like, no matter how you look at it, blood related or not, she still took care of you as a mother. Even though your father wasn't there, and you see that he's been protecting the village, that gives you no reason to fire off at Sakura, and that's just how I seen it when I got that. Especially when even Naruto approached her trying to calm her down. It's like, is that how you really feel? Like, love isn't defined just by blood, it's defined by the actions and all that. So, don't matter what it is. Because even Naruto said, everyone in my village is family. And Sarada kind of responded, it was like, man, what does that got to do? He's like, I'm Hokage. I got to protect everyone. This is my job and duty. But, the whole dialogue we get with Naruto and Sarada, I thought that was pretty cool. Him informing her, like, just because she may not be your mother, doesn't defy that you got to go against her by her actions. She's done it for you, you know what I'm saying, without Sasuke being there. So I thought that was pretty cool. We get a fighting ability from Shin. He kind of like explains that he has the ability to translate and injecting something without any side effects. The fact that he can manifest the Sharingan, his obsession with the Uchiha's name, that bugged me so much, especially with the whole Itachi. Like, it just bugged me so much about that. It's like, yes, Itachi was part of the Akatsuki, and yeah, he did what he did as a Uchiha member, but I just didn't like that for me. That's pretty much about it.
Seeing Orochimaru was fried, like they had him in his, he still gets to have his own like underground lab and shit, and they got like some fucking some people like guarding outside.
Right.
Oh, he's allowed to do his thing, and we got his son in the village, but we got a close eye on him. He can't do too much. That shit was fried. they go visit Orochimaru to try to figure out like where Sheen might be, like where he might be at, what his whole deal is.
Right.
Obviously, they got to go rescue Sakura. So obviously, finding out where his hideout is at is important. We basically learned that Sheen was like a Orochimaru test subject. Danzo's arm came from Sheen because basically you can like transplant any type of DNA or whatever into his body and it won't reject like the foreign fucking DNA or tissue or whatever. Mm-hmm. So that was interesting. Sheen, as TJ kind of touched on, talking about he wants to like cause chaos to push the ninja world to like further evolve and like, hey, you know, stuff's kind of come to a standstill in this time of peace, so I'm trying to shake shit up and, you know, make motherfuckers evolve, get stronger, I guess. He didn't do too much research because they got them boys out there.
Right.
But yeah, and then like Theo touched on, more building like that bond between Naruto and Sarada in this episode. Him kind of explaining to her like, you know, bonds aren't just like, you know, blood. They're like experiences you have with people and all these other things, with, you know, bonds being a huge theme in the original Naruto. But yeah, I thought this was a good episode. And I like seeing like the new designs for Kadin, Suigetsu, and Jugo. Yeah, they little time skip designs. Uh-huh. And Orochimaru too, so he like had a new younger body.
As far as this episode, I thought it was cool. I will say that like Orochimaru was one of my favorite like characters in Naruto and Shippuden, so it was definitely cool to like, I guess, you know what I mean? It was definitely cool to see him during this time, you know what I mean? Supposedly like being older, even though he don't look older, but just like, you know what I mean? Seeing his character design and stuff, I thought that was cool. I kind of like the lore of Shin Uchiha, and like I thought they did a good job of kind of like fitting him in like somewhere in the history without like, you know what I mean, having to like retcon or like change, you know what I mean, something around or anything. I thought that was kind of cool. I will say, as far as the reveal for I guess as far as like that the test result reveal, I thought it was kind of I thought it was kind of fried, and like to a point to like what you were Theo were saying, I thought it was fried and it seemed kind of trivial, you know what I mean? Because, and I guess I understand where Sarada was coming from, because I mean obviously you would feel betrayed if, you know what I mean, you had learned something like that and you like, damn, people been lying to me. Mm-hmm. But I definitely think that I definitely like that scene where Naruto it came in and it didn't take him a long time to basically convince her and set her straight, like, bro, I know you might feel away, but that shit really don't matter, because like you said, this is a person that's been taking care of you, and you've been missing your dad. He ain't been there, but this person been there every day. Like, you know what I mean? For you to even think about not saving her is crazy, which he's definitely right. So I definitely thought that was cool. But yeah, man, I guess just like looking forward, I was excited to see like, you know what I mean, like how they was gonna handle Sheen, and really like Jordan had said, either on this episode or the last one, he really just had bad information, which I thought was kind of weird too. How I guess I could see how, like, you know what I mean, like kind of keeping the information about Uchiha under wraps would, you know what I mean, maybe be beneficial as far as like the grand scheme of things, as far as like not having other people, you know what I mean, maybe like Orochimaru or somebody else who might be like scientific or technical trying to like, I don't know, like replicate them or something like that. I guess I could see why that's not something that's well known. But at the same time, I feel like the fact that even Sarada didn't know that, like I felt like that's definitely something I should have sat down and been like, hey, God.
You would think.
You know what I mean? Like this used to be the clan, this what happened. This Itachi, you know what I mean? This would have been your uncle, like,
but you feel me?
Just to give her like a sort of like comprehensive history of like where the fuck y'all sitting, you know what I mean? Like where y'all sit in the world and like what's going on for real. And I also feel like if that was something that was a bit more widely known, like, you know what I mean? I'm like, because honestly, I would like to see them like celebrating Itachi and Sasuke, like, cuz, you feel me? I'm like, I mean, they the last of their bloodline, cuz they basically the ultimate sacrifice for the, you know what I mean, the
Yeah,
village,
for the
like,
village,
you know what I mean, with their path in and of itself, and even with Sasuke, like how you said, like, just kind of seeing him interact with other people, and even kind of, I was caught off guard, like, damn, like, he on good terms with everybody, like, I guess it all cool.
Yeah.
But for it to be like, he's all cool now, and everybody fuck with him and respect him, but don't nobody really know, like, this nigga was just trying to burn the village down. You know what I mean? Like, he was just trying to destroy the villages. You feel me? Like, I feel like the fact that that's, like, basically just, like, rumor and speculation up until this point, I kind of didn't, I don't know, I guess I just didn't really like how they chose to go about that, because just like you said, I feel like even if Shin Uchiha knew that, he wouldn't be on that. And even if you feel me, I would have even liked Sarada to be like, cuz that's not what happened. Like, nigga, you're wrong. You know what I mean? Like, just to show that, like, she knows the history. You know what I mean? Like, she knows what we know. You know what I mean? And she has that appreciation for Sasuke and Itachi and, you know what I mean, her, like, clan name. You feel me? Like, her family name. Because, you know what I mean? Up until this point, it was just kind of like, she learned about the Sharingan. She like, what is this? And dang, do I get that? And when do this start? And I'm like, cuz you don't know nothing. You know what I mean? I'm like, cuz ain't nobody sat you down and told you nothing. You know what I mean? So I just thought that was kind of funny. Like,
Yeah. And just to add on to that, because it definitely reminded me of the scene where she went to the library to search her family history.
Right.
I would think that Sakura was, you know, at least lead her to a direction, like go to Uchiha shrine or whatever, where Sasuke went to learn about the Sharingan and the true nature of it. But even after she got done reading the book, she went to the librarian to get the other book, and they said it's off limits. And it's like, well, we know as an audience, we know.
Nah, you can't do that.
We know as an audience why it was off limits, but I would like for her. I would like at least they went to the degree of her trying to find out what secrets about the Uchiha clan she not supposed to know about, or at least that would be informed by Sakura or Naruto, or even with Sasuke when they had their confrontational moment, you know, something like that. But I agree with you on that. That the lackluster information Uchiha that she of her clan, that her father came from, that she didn't know about, just like kind of irks me a bit, because I would think that would be something that would be prideful among the Uchiha clan.
Right, exactly. Or you would want, you know what I mean? Or I just assumed it would be something, or I would like it to be something that, like,
something,
before this point, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, when you really think about it, I'm like, okay, because you ain't seen your dad, you want to know your dad, but I'm like, because, you feel me? I'm like, it would have made more sense to me to be like, hey, bro, your dad on this mission, we can't really tell you about it because it's on a need-to-know basis. But, hey, nigga, this your family. This the shit that kind of was in your history. So when I say this nigga's on an important mission, just know this is kind of the history that we done had. And just know, you know what I mean? Like, his mission is either of the same importance or he only has the skills that we can need to handle a mission that would be of this level. You know what I mean? Like, I just thought that would be something that she would want to take pride in, or, you know what I mean? And I feel like other people, like, even like, and really mainly like Shikado, you feel me? I feel like Shikadai, whatever his name is, I feel like he, like, just kind of like, with him having the same jutsu as his father, and they kind of made a point to say, you know what I mean? Like, he know, like, this is the family way. I'm like, because he take pride in that shit, because you would think, like, you come from a family of ninjas, you know what I mean? Y'all got jutsus, you got abilities that's only in your bloodline. Like, I would think, you know what I mean, that you would want to know that, or they would want you to know that, because, like we see, you not knowing that, you're in danger if you just walking around and other people know, like, you got this ability, or, you know what I mean, or you got this bloodline that they can use or pervert or manipulate, like, you not knowing that and you just walking around. You know what I mean? It's like Naruto didn't know he got the 9 tails for 60 episodes, for 160 episodes, we would be like, cuz that's why niggas is trying to grab you. That's why niggas are trying to grab you, and you don't know that. It's crazy.
Manipulating you.
You know what I mean?
If only you knew.
It was just like an annoying thing that I was like, damn, why did they not? Why aren't they saying anything?
So I'm saying both with you on that one.
You want them to tell a 10-year-old that her uncle massacred her whole clan in cold blood.
Man, I want them to tell a 10-year-old, man, hey, man, like I said, your uncle made the greatest sacrifice for the village ever, man. It was an uprising coming, a revolution coming. He quelled it. You feel me? Your dad has some run-ins with some unsavory characters, man, but he back now. We love them. You feel me? And like I said, like I feel like that should damn near be a part of the Hidden Leaf Village's history. Like everybody should know that shit. Because even though it's crazy and it's hella sad, you know what I mean? I'm like, even in today in our world, hella shit's fucked up in history, but we should know that. You know what I mean? Like those are things we should know. Like y'all niggas should be revering Itachi and Sasuke and Sarada. Y'all should be really revering the Uchihas because it's like, man.
Yeah.
Revered.
You feel me? Y'all could have been, or at least those two. You feel me? As far as,
Sasuke
and like we
killed
said,
the
like,
Hokage.
hey, bro.
He crashed the Hokage summit.
Hey, and that's what I'm saying. But he cool in the village. How crazy is it to not know that? That the nigga walk around the village like he the mayor, and everybody like, hey, Sasuke.
He cool because Naruto said he got the pass. That's why he.
No, I definitely get that. Cause
I get that, but
I just think that shit fraud, man. That shit funny to me.
Yeah, but it's funny that George said that you would tell a 10-year-old, but in the same breath, you did say she is mature. I mean, she has some mature, so she could just be like, "Wow, that's messed up." But in the all scheme of things, it was, like he still did good towards the end. My uncle, he did bad, but for the very good.
Right, and I'm about to say, really
pretty good at him.
Because her dad at 10, that nigga knew.
Hey.
That nigga knew. Like,
it was
you know what I mean?
G.R. Clan or him hit a.
We was about to start up the revolution, man. Get our civil rights.
Ah,
Your uncle, instead of joining us and helping us get our civil rights, man, he turned into the ultimate coon and killed us.
Hey, now you put it like that,
Man.
whoa. Is it a hidden message in there?
Yeah.
Hey.
Proceed.
I guess have Coon Day, Itachi Day.
You can see that cool day. Hey, he's
Cooled
disrespectful, bro. He's disrespectful to the legacy.
He left your dad, man. He said, "Hey, man, your dad can kill me, the ultimate coon, and then the Uchiha name, it'll be refreshed again.
That's what I'm saying. It'll be
Elite
saved.
Village of Blade, man. Man, he's one of the good ones, man. He killed that motherfucker who killed everybody. There we go. The ultimate plan. Yeah.
You put it like that. Hey, that dude had a crazy frame of reference, man.
What did I think I said everything I need to for 4. Oh, Sasuke the bastard. That shit was hilarious. Naruto's like, Sasuke that bastard.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
How could you not
He
tell
said,
him?
we need to have a talk later.
Right, after this.
I said, man, what is you about to tell him? He a grown man. Do what he
That
wants,
shit was
man.
fraud. 5. What my synopsis? Shin Uchiha is defeated, and the Uchihas had their first family dinner, man. Let's get into this fight.
Oh, man.
I thought this episode was cool. I liked it. You know what I mean? I thought it was like a cool ending for this arc or this saga. You know what I mean? This situation. I thought it was pretty cool. I liked how they were able to like work together to basically, you know what I mean, take them down. Like you said, it was kind of like an ode back to like the original Team 7 and just, you know what I mean, seeing like Sarah, you feel me, like kind of do her thing and like seeing the I guess like the clones, like the different shins kind of rise up. I thought that was interesting too because because it was just kind of like they, you know what I mean, he really was like using them as disposable. So I don't know. I feel like they were kind of like a lot of the dialogue was them trying to I guess like a lot of the dialogue during the fight was like Naruto and Sakura and them trying to frame the perspective like, oh, bro, these is your kid. You know what I mean? Like, bro, that's your son. You feel me? But I'm like, bro, when he really break it down, he like, cuz I got like 10 of these little niggas. Like, cuz I can make some more. Like, they're not. Yeah, I mean, he's literally like, cuz I'm, like you said, I'm literally just growing organs out of these niggas. Like, it's not that deep. But like I said, I definitely like when they kind of came together and was like, nah, nigga. You the weakest, you know what I mean? You the weak clone now. I thought that was kind of fried because it was just, you know what I mean? Even if it wasn't necessarily true or whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever the case may be, I thought it was just very ironic and I thought it was funny because I'm like, yeah, he definitely get what he deserved because he has been throwing them, you know what I mean? Like kind of treating them disposable.
So, you know, keep using our organs, man. Like we some rag dolls. You're the weak one out here.
Right.
We the one. We're the evolution, bro, that you was talking about.
Literally. And then, yeah, I thought it was cool, man. And they should be like cool, like Ambu Black Ops operative force,
Oh,
man.
operative
Once
force
they
on
train them up, man, have a
telecommunication.
bunch of them niggas with the same ability as Sharingan's. You feel me? Send them out, you feel me, for wars, missions and shit. I thought, that should probably be cool. So,
Kabuto put him to good use.
yeah, literally, bro.
He is sending back to Orochimaru's lab.
Literally.
I like the Sakura first Shin fight at the beginning. Just kind of throwing hands. I was surprised that like once they found out where it is, they like all hopped in the Susanoo and flew to it because it looked like it was in like in another dimension or something.
Oh yeah.
Thought they was gonna have to like teleport to it.
Guess that nigga was in a cave.
Yeah, the Shin clones turning on Shin, that was crazy. I like Sasuke pulling up with the Susanoo to save Sakura. That was a good scene. Sarada saving Sakura and kind of like impressing her parents when the fucking whatever the little pup thing clone was trying to like teleport her again at the end.
What the
She came through, smashed that motherfucker. The Naruto scene when one of the Shin clones tried to attack him and he grabs a blade and he's like, "Calm down, Kurama."
Yeah.
He scares the shit out of him. Yeah, a lot of good like scenes, good fighting, good action in this episode. Chocho finally finds Skinny Choji. The whole running gag of her like putting everybody's hand on her forehead. This this arc was hilarious. Which is crazy because like being from the Akamichi clan, you would think she would know about like how they store up calories, and then when they use their clan jutsu and stuff, it burns those calories to use the jutsus, and that's why they have to eat so much. And when they burn the calories, obviously they're not as big. So you think she would know, but I don't know. Obviously, it's not that serious. It was just something that they used for like a running gag, but that was funny. Karin gives us obviously the explanation of why they got like a false positive on the test. You know, telling us that was it was Sarada's umbilical cord and not hers, because Sarada was born in the Orochimaru hideout, which is why in one of the earlier episodes when she's at the library and whatever, they have like no information about, you know, her birth. And when she asked Shizune about it at the hospital, you know, they have no information in the village about Sarada's birth because obviously she wasn't born in one of the hospitals in the village. She was born in a Orochimaru hideout. And then we get a little quick after credit scene of Sarada talking about how now, you know, her goal is to become Hokage. The rain check scene is hilarious to me at the end. When they're seeing Sasuke off and he goes back out, you know, to protect the village. and he doesn't give Sakura a kiss and she's like, oh, I guess another rain check. Cha.
Man. that was a first scene. Cause I was like, oh, okay, that'd be cool. Then nothing happened. Of course it's not
said, man, she's starving.
Of course it's not gonna happen. This episode for me, it was cool. Now I know y'all mentioned the fight scene in the last episode and all that. I don't know what it is. To me, what's shown in fight scenes, if they're, I guess it's because I watched Demon Slayer and other shonen shit that had good fight scenes. But when I get to this one, I'm like,
I knew he was about to say that.
I couldn't stand. Now I would do like the clip where Sakura's fighting the main Shin user. Now that was dope. But all the other stuff was just like, it reminded me of the 5th Great Ninja War where they're just clashing, just kunais and shit. Other than Madara was really just laying hands, but the whole fight scenes I seen up to this point, it was like, okay, this is just like standalone fight scenes I don't care for, but it's showing I'm fine with it. I know what it is. It just grinds my gears every time I see it. That was 23, right? I did like that where Sarada did punch whatever that unknown being was, and she said child at the end. I was like, all right, you should know then that Sakura's your mom, you know, so there's no reason to judge that one. Well, no, episode 23 was cool for me. The, what else? The Naruto, like you said, the whole Kurama thing, I thought that was dope. This episode, all the episodes to this point for me was cool. That was definitely my one gripe. Being up was just fight scenes and that, so that was just me on that one. Nothing too much more about it.
All right. Nothing else?
Nah.
Okay, yeah.
That's about it, man.
I ain't touching this, but I thought I kind of like how, you know, Sora was really mature about everything, kind of like piece it up. You know, she didn't have like that Boruto angle, like I hate my dad. You know, she never really held it against him. Once he was around, he was like, oh, he's cool. What was this? I think 39 or whatever. Episode 6 for us. We get the Mitsuki's backstory, man. Moving on to another member of Team 7. What kind of notes did you guys have for the Mitsuki backstory episode?
For this episode, I literally put, I definitely fuck with Mitsuki. I like his character design. I like just his, not so much in this episode, obviously, because, you know what I mean, like, he doesn't have his memory, and he's kind of conflicted and going through some stuff, but, like, from this point on, like, he's definitely, like, one of my favorite characters with just, like, his personality, how he acts, and, like, just, you know what I mean, like, how supportive he is, you know, for me, as far as, like, of Boruto. Now, it kind of is a bit, like, fanish sometimes how he be just like, no, I want to be my Boruto. Like, I don't care. And that is kind of fried. But I think that just, like, but, you know, just, like, him being cool and, like, really just being about his friends. And, like, I love, like, his like, abilities and, like, how he fights. And, you know what I mean, with him, like, being akin to Orochimaru as far as, like, using the snakes and stuff. I thought that was cool. This episode, really, I enjoyed it. I definitely was a bit thrown off. I'm like, okay, Orochimaru good now? Like, the whole time, I'm really, like, seeing, like, okay, he don't got no ulterior motive. You know what I mean? Like, he really good. Like, he not on no bullshit. I thought that was kind of fried. But I guess, like, towards the end of the episode, like, after you kind of realize what's going on, I thought it was cool, even though it is kind of weird. Yeah. I think that overall, it's a net positive thing. You know what I mean? Like, him kind of creating this elaborate scheme. And, like, you know what I mean? Even with how he had said with, I guess, like, the older version of Mitsuki, he literally was like, bro, it's like the 4th or 5th time we did this. So, obviously, you know what I mean? He was basically, like, he had just created the scheme to kind of give Mitsuki kind of like a quick synopsis of, like, who, you know what I mean? Like, how he came to be, you know what I mean? So he doesn't have the issues that Boruto and Zoro have. But also, I guess, you know what I mean, Orochimaru's main goal was just to prompt him to choose his own path. And and I guess what really convinced me that Orochimaru was good was, you know what I mean, towards the end of the episode when he's like, yeah, I was trying to see if he would choose to, you know, if he would choose a path of, like, being a good person just because, you know what I mean, I guess either through past experiments or I guess the other times they had ran this scenario or whatever, Orochimaru was under the impression that, like, you know what I mean, anything I make or anything that comes from my cells or my genes has a predisposition to be, like, evil or bad or selfish or whatever the case may be. So, like I said, that really convinced me, like, oh, okay, he's really, like, trying to be good. And it definitely set up Mitsuki's character going forward because I never expected too much complexity from him. Like, after this episode, I kind of just took it for what it was. Like, okay, he wants to be good. He wants to follow Boruto. That's about all you need to know. And, you know what I mean? Like, going forward, like I said, that's why I guess he was one of my favorite characters just because, you know what I mean? All the things I said earlier and, like I said, with just him being kind of simple and I'm able to just be like, hey, I know, you know what I mean? I know it's not, you know what I mean? I'm not thinking like, hey, is he a secret agent for Orochimaru? Is he this? Is he that? Is he gonna get jealous? Is he this? Is he? They didn't really show a lot of that from the episodes I seen. It was just him being a good guy and trying to whoop somebody's ass. So I liked it. Yeah, this is probably my favorite episode that isn't like a big climactic fight, but this is probably one of my favorite episodes of the 24 that we watched.
Yeah, I agree with you on that as far as, especially with characters. Backstory. I definitely like this episode a lot compared to the other ones that we've seen. I can definitely, T had made a point, I definitely make do without that last shot of him opening the scroll. I can being his son. I mean, I get it. That shit was funny. But like you said, fanish, 100% that. But yeah, this episode is definitely cool. I like the little quick confrontations we had in this one, the conflict we had in the hallway where Sugetsu and him had like quick little spat. Thought that was kind of dope scene. The whole mysterious who this Master Shinobi the whole mysterious who this Master Shinobi is, that fight scene with him and Orochimaru, I thought that was dope as well. I would say the leading up to this point, like you said, T, with the whole Orochimaru being good and all that, I just my hairs was just standing up, just like, man, this man's not good at all. Like, my man definitely got something up his sleeve. They talking about this whole experiment that's failed multiple times. He hasn't gotten to it yet. So I'm like, he's gonna be an insider, man. Like, for the Hidden Leaf Village, how is this gonna be attack wise for a story?
Right.
So as the episode progresses, and then we get this quick little pump fake that Orochimaru is bad. That then comes back. We get backstory from the older Mitsuki. Is like, you gone through this multiple times. Don't believe what Orochimaru has in there. It's not anything good. But obviously, they just run the scenarios again, trying to get his mind thinking. Is like, what's the right choice? And you got option 1, option 2, which you want to pick. But ultimately, he picked his own path and just took it and ran with it. So, so that was a successful thing. I thought it was dope seeing his what was the sage platform or something like that. I thought that was baller when I seen that. Perfect. Yeah, I thought that was dope.
Yeah, it was hard.
Man. I just think that was pretty dope, and I definitely got thrown for a loop when I seen it was the older Mitsuki. I was like, oh shit, so but that was until I realized that it was just the scenarios they just ran it multiple times. So that was a cool little episode. Definitely the most enjoyable one we got up to this point.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with all you guys' points. Definitely a great episode. Was a self-contained story.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what makes Mitsuki such a likable character, because at first you kind of get some Medusa from Soul Leader vibes with how Krona was at the Meister Academy, but secretly working for Medusa. And you think okay, maybe Mitsuki is gonna be an agent for Orochimaru working inside the Hidden Leaf.
Exactly.
But you see he's still obviously loyal to Orochimaru, that's his parent.
Right.
But it's he's just more chill. That's not the type of time he on.
Right.
The Snake Sage thing at the end was amazing. Seeing him speed blitz Orochimaru, take a scroll and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Great animation. I like seeing them both go on a mission this episode. Obviously, the last arc having a lot to do with themes of being a parent and parent and child. Yep. Seeing them go, I like Orochimaru's armor. His little design for the mission was cool. All around just a good episode.
I will say, just to add, I thought it was funny how even in this episode they was we're still not about to address if this is a man or a woman. They Orochimaru I'm your parent. He damn, you my mom or dad. He bro, that shit don't really matter. I'm oh yeah, they're fucking fried.
I don't know if it was this episode or in a later arc, but he had to get a permission slip signed, and it was Mitsuki was should I put down mom or dad? And he was you just put down parent, man. At times I've been a man, at times I've been a woman, because obviously we know Orochimaru steals bodies. That's why he got this new body. Fuck it, just put anything. I'm just it's hilarious.
That's right. And then there's even a later episode, I believe, on it might be I think it might be in the tuning exams maybe, or where Mitsuki says something along them lines. He was yeah, man, I messed up, man, but I just had to check in with my parent. And then it was parent? He yeah, man. I was just that shit is so funny, bro.
Yeah. Let's get into this episode 7 for us. All right, man, we done met Sarada. We met Mitsuki.
Yep.
Now to meet the last member of Team 7, the new Team 7, Boruto, the man, the myth, the legend, the name of the show. All right. For this one, I got the tuning exams are about to begin for a whole new generation of shinobi. What you guys like for this episode?
This episode, it was cool for me. I found it really interesting. Boruto had no interest at all in the tuning exam, because my man just wants to do his own thing, especially meeting Sasuke when he returned to the village later on in the episode. And it was Sasuke, he's just out on his own, doing his own thing. Nobody telling him what to do. He goes on these crazy missions. So I think that's my path rather than the tuning exam, because all this is just a license. So that doesn't really define a ninja in his way of thinking it. So I thought that was pretty interesting. That's how he was going against the grain, pretty much all shinobis in this world. That was pretty cool. So because we started on episode 53, there's like a little backstory of he did make a promise, I think, episode beforehand.
His birthday.
With
Naruto.
With his sister, and Naruto better show up because, like, again, he's just a Hokage. He's always being busy, so he's just sending his clones around and just doing his bidding or fulfilling whatever task is at home. Even though Boruto knows that, but wishes that he was there. So I thought that was pretty cool dynamic that we see with Naruto and Boruto. The incident where Naruto does show up but disappoints because Shadow Clone disappears and the cake falls on the ground, and we see that determination in Boruto is, all right, I had it. You know, my dad, he's here, but he's like a deadbeat at the same time, straight up.
Right.
And so my man going to confront him. I thought that was gonna be a pretty interesting scene of that, because even though we get a short little clip of Naruto collapsing, he's trying to fulfill his promise, even though he wasn't there physically, but he was trying to do. He's multitasking, you know. Right. So we seen that, you know, Naruto isn't as bad. So we get the double side of it, the story that I liked about that one. Episode 53 is pretty cool about this backstory and this layout of Boruto's character moving forward and his relationship with his father.
Right. I think this episode was pretty cool. I felt like, you know what I mean, they were really just trying to, I guess, you know what I mean, since the beginning of this show, whatever, they have been kind of establishing like that kind of rift between Boruto and Naruto. Mm-hmm. So I feel like this episode kind of really just solidified that, and it also kind of started laying the groundwork for, I guess, like Boruto like idolizing Sasuke, which I thought was pretty interesting. How, you know what I mean, they kind of like him and Sarada are like idolizing each other's fathers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like you just kind of flip flop. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was cool. And even with that being said, I feel like it's kind of interesting to see that even though Sarada is a lot like Sasuke in just in terms of, you know what I mean, that's his daughter, and Boruto is a lot like Naruto, considering that that's his son. Mm-hmm. They're really like, I feel like Boruto is really a lot like Sasuke with just him, you know what I mean, just him being definitely like this angry kid that isn't necessarily like aiming to be Hokage, or, you know what I mean, like isn't necessarily aiming to be like, you know what I mean, like this top like credited or documented shinobi, you know what I mean, like, because up until this point, like, even though we didn't see a lot of Boruto, but I really didn't hear him say like, I want to be a strong shinobi or nothing really up until this point. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I mean, I thought that was interesting. And then as far as Sarada, like, we literally watched her kind of form that desire and wish to be Hokage, just being inspired by how Naruto kind of was really just like willing to like put his life on the line and risk his safety to keep her and Chocho safe, mm-hmm. where I feel like she kind of really started getting that inkling and like, you know what I mean, like started really like admiring Naruto, like, damn, like he's a good Hokage, I want to be that type of person growing up. Right. So I thought that was cool, just kind of seeing them like I said, like be like their parents in some ways, but really be like each other's parents in a lot of other ways. Yeah. I thought that was interesting, and that's pretty much all I got for this for that episode.
Yeah. At the beginning of the episode, we see Toneri on the moon. We have like another Oshutsuki member, Toneri from Naruto, the movie, the last. Basically coming to check, like, hey, Kage was supposed to take all the chakra from this planet and, you know, basically give it to the clan for the pills or whatever. Is it, you know, she late? What the fuck? What the fuck happened? Where's she at? And they basically like, all right, well, she got sealed away. Well, time to go finish the job, man, and she couldn't finish. Definitely, like seeing Boruto wanting to go his own route and do things differently was interesting. Seeing as like how his character would develop. he definitely seemed more competent than Naruto at the time. Naruto being like somebody who like barely made it out the academy, always like bottom of his class, barely was able to master the fucking shadow clone jutsu.
Right.
Then he had to work like all day and all night to fucking master the multi-shadow clone jutsu after he like stole the scroll because it was like a forbidden jutsu. So that was interesting, but I was like, you know, it is Naruto, he's not the son, so him being like somewhat of like a young prodigy kind of fits. We see Katasuke in this episode. He gets like attacked by some like shadowy figure behind him after he like goes to the office and Naruto like bans the fucking scientific ninja tool. He goes back to the lab. You see like somebody walk up behind him or whatever.
Oh yeah. I know.
Yeah. I was like, damn, somebody snuck his ass.
Yeah.
But that was interesting. We see that like Shikamaru is like Sasuke's like or Naruto's like right hand man or his advisor.
Yeah. Which makes sense. He's a pretty smart guy.
Yeah, Sarada and Mitsuki get on Boruto's ass to like participate in the Chunin exam. More so like Sarada's like, I gotta be the fucking Hokage, bro. We're doing this shit.
Right.
Like, we need a 3-man team.
Right.
You're
like,
not
I need a
on your ass.
literally.
Nah.
Like, nigga,
You're not about to be holding me back.
You better not fuck up either.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I did feel terrible for Himawari, man, the fucking clone. And you see, like, Naruto's clone was like, fuck, because Boruto's like, hey, man, you pulled through, man. We made the deal, man. You kept your promise.
Man,
I'll give you a credit this time, old man. Then his ass, and the cake fall.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, but that was fright. Boruto's like, I'm about to go beat his ass.
Right. Right.
Yeah, good luck, but I feel you, but good luck. He throws Naruto's old jacket out the window, and Sasuke finds it. Yeah. A decent little setup.
I do like that little snapshot they did where Sasuke did find the jacket, and he just stood there for a while. I kind of, as an audience member, I'm thinking in my head, I'm pretty sure he's reminiscing times that he fought Naruto, seeing Naruto wearing that jacket all the time. So, you know, they're accountants, and I'm sure at that moment he probably was just like, you know, reminiscent of the good times with Naruto in the bad, and seeing that in Boruto, it's like, all right, he's going through it, so maybe I should like advise him if he is seeking out my attention.
All right. Next one was 8. Oh, yeah. I got Sasuke takes Boruto on for a student after Boruto's frustration has reached its boiling point. I like this episode. I like the Sasuke versus Kenshiki fight we get in this episode. His like flashback of going to the Kaguya temple.
Oh yeah,
and like try to jump on him there.
That was cool.
He like grabs the scroll and escapes. We get confirmation this is 10 years after the end of the 4th grade ninja war, which is crazy because I mean like I think Sasuke and Naruto are like 26 at this time now.
Which is crazy. And I mean, they got to fucking instantly. As soon as the war ended, they was like, let's make them.
Yeah, I think that when the war ended, it was like 18, 17, 18.
Yeah, it was something like that.
He instantly started making babies, man.
Boruto learns a Rasengan this episode. Katasuke gives Boruto the scientific ninja tool after he like complains to him like, hey, I made my Rasengan. Sasuke wasn't feeling it. He said it was too small. It was barely a Rasengan. So like tries to help him out. See Orochimaru talking to Mitsuki again this episode, just kind of like reminding him, like, hey, don't use the sage mode in front of everybody, you know.
Or you won't
They're
be
fucking,
there no more.
right, they're gonna kick your ass out the village. And I'm like, what the fuck, you sent this fucking kid to us? We thought he was a fucking normal kid. This nigga is like a fucking Kage level fucking threat.
Right.
We thought he was a regular Genin. He's like Kage level. What we doing here?
What you got going on?
Well,
He on roids. Which I have for this one.
I thought this episode was cool. I like the kind of talk that Sasuke had with Boruto, even though it wasn't like
A little fight.
yeah, I'm about to say even though it wasn't even like very like endearing or anything, but I like how Sasuke really broke it down to him and like, you know what I mean, like really was barely interacting with him during the fight, but really was showing him like, bro.
right. This your level, man?
Right, you know what I mean? He like, bro, you really worried about the wrong shit right now. Like, hey, I know your dad not there, but You know what I mean? He like, even if you really wanted to fight him, or, you know what I mean? Like, if you really want his attention, or if you really think you about to be in the Chunin exams, because you're going to really have to start training and, like, really trying.
Right.
I thought that was cool. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, I thought it was fried. I literally had just put down, I'm like, bro, this nigga cheating on the Rasengan is crazy. Because even Sasuke had explained it to him, like, bro, it took Naruto, like, it said, like, it took that nigga, like a whole summer to figure it out. Then it took that nigga, like, 3 years to really master it.
Right.
You feel me? So he like, bro, like, and it's crazy to even think, like, later on in future episodes that we watch, we'll see Boruto giving that same lesson to somebody else, like, hey, you're not going to get it overnight. You got to really try. So it was just kind of funny to see, like, him be so impatient and I guess, like, just really wanting to get it all figured out, like, overnight as opposed to really putting in the work for it.
Yeah, he was like really eager to make to like learn it at least on a basic level for
Right.
like I guess before Sasuke left the village again.
Yeah.
and so he like goes to Konohamaru's house in like the middle of the
middle
night.
of the night, like, hey,
like, the
teach
next
me how to do
3 days.
Rasengan. He like,
Right,
bro.
Konohamaru's like trying to train him, and again like he's a little bit of a prodigy. Like he gets it,
Yeah.
but he's just like he don't all the way have it, but he got like the basics of it.
And I will say that one scene when they were training, that shit was hilarious. When he was like, bro, swirl it like this. And he feel me, Boruto was like, cuz, this is not doing that. And he like, bro, stop saying this.
Right.
That shit was funny as hell.
Yeah, he's like getting it. He's like at home. I think he's trying to make a cake for Himawari.
Yeah,
and
he
then
notices
when he mixing the batter. Yeah,
the swirl, and just thinking about the vortex rotation of it, just like, maybe
Yo.
if I actually, which I thought, to add on to that point, I thought it was fried. My man just put his hands over it and just started like controlling it. I was like,
yeah.
okay, I don't think I've ever seen something like that before in Naruto, where they just gradually put their hands over something and just, elemental force. I haven't seen or recall of it.
So it's like the chakra to like manipulate something.
I think like that's kind of how Naruto got it, which is why he started Boruto off with the water in the balloons.
Yeah, water in the balloons.
I'm gonna say, that's how Jiraiya was able to. I guess that's when Naruto realized, like, oh, that's what you mean. Like, you feel me? I guess he needed the visual representation of seeing the shit swirl.
Okay. Yeah.
That's definitely cool scene though.
Yeah. This episode was pretty cool. I definitely like the little interaction we seen, like you said, with the water balloon and seeing him trying to actually understand it. Like Jordan said, he is a prodigy, so he was catching on pretty quickly about how to do the Rasengan. I was interested in seeing when he did get the invention that Katsuki gave him. And I was wondering, like, Sasuke, is he going to... Because Sasuke notices it, but Boruto didn't realize he knows. I'm like, all right, is he going to tell your man, or what is he going to do? Or is he just going to take him in for the sake of the fact that he wants Boruto to actually improve as a ninja, or just hoping that he improves without the tool? So I thought that was pretty cool. I thought it was very interesting, the design of the Rasengan that Boruto did, where it was like really miniature, but it disappears. Now, granted, you spoil if you played the Naruto Ultimate Ninjas and you notice that it disappears, so it's a really small ball. So seeing that impact on the tree was like, all right, I see now, I get it,
Right.
I get it, But all in all, this episode was pretty cool. I definitely took away more where Sasuke was just like hammering to him, like, dude, if you want to reach this level, you gotta grind for it, man. Because right now, what you're trying to do is not it at all. You're not anywhere near trying to beat your dad if that's what you're trying to do. So yeah, this episode is pretty cool.
All right. Anything else for 8?
No.
All right. I got for 9, the Genin prepare for the exams while the Otsutsuki start to move. We see in this episode the new Sand 3. Kin Shiki and Momoshiki fight Killer B.
Quick word.
So we see like some of the training with some of the other teams. What you guys think of really quick, like the other teams? So we had like Team 10, the Inoshikacho team. We had Team 7. We had Metal's team with like him Danky and Iwabe, and then we had like the fourth team that was like all females. What do you guys think about this generation of the teams?
I thought they were kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. As far as like Meadows' team, I really did like. We really didn't see a lot of them. I feel like in this arc. I mean, we've seen a lot of them, but we didn't. I don't know. I guess I would have liked to see more of like them fighting and maybe like their like personal jutsus or whatever the case may be. That I feel like I really didn't get to see a lot of, or maybe I just wasn't paying attention. But I feel like definitely like during like the scene you're talking about, I really liked I guess that was Team 10 with Shikadai and them and Chocho. I thought their team was cool, and even like seeing them in the tuning exam, I feel like they had the best like teamwork and like I guess like chemistry as far as like them like fighting and operating together. And they even like I think like in a later episode in the tuning exam, they even kind of like comment on like how Shikadai's or like before he fought Boruto, that like they were basically talking like, well, you know what I mean, they're like, I know Shikadai's used to having us kind of drawing the attention for him on like the front of the battle, and like he's able to kind of do his thing without having the attention on him, or like without having the I guess like pressure on him. So
they like create an opening for him.
Yeah. So I thought that was cool. Like I definitely when I seen them basically like fighting their sensei or whatever in training, I thought that shit was cool. And I kind of like had predicted like, all right, I think they'll probably be pretty successful in the tuning exams. They seem like, I mean, besides Team 7, just because we know who makes it up, I feel like just seeing them kind of interact and stuff, I thought was cool.
For me, I don't know. I didn't mind seeing the other teams on there. It's not that I disapprove or dislike them or anything like that. I thought it was the cool combinations that we did see from the multiple teams. The all-girl squad, I thought that was kind of cool that they had.
It's Sumere's team.
Sumere's team?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I thought that was pretty cool. The I can't think of their name, but pretty much they had like not a competition, but it was more like a friendly competition, seeing the other groups in the tuning exam and all that. I thought that was kind of cool. We didn't see much of it at all, if any, but like how the OG squads and the Naruto where Hinata, Shino, and Kaiba, Kaiba was always, or Kiba, always had hard out for Naruto, because Naruto was obviously obnoxious and a loudmouth and everything. So, yeah, I'm glad not to see that for Boruto, just because of the new time that we are in, and that everyone pretty much respects everyone for the most part. So, it was nice to see that kind of change. That was something I definitely noticed amongst all the groups.
I feel like they wanted to play it safe, kind of. Like, I feel like the original teams were pretty good, but I feel like they maybe wanted to play it safe because a lot of people had, issues with, my favorite character from this team or that team, they didn't have a lot to do later on, and like Shippuden and shit. Like, where was Kiba? Why didn't Rock Lee get more fights? So they was like, they kind of made a point to be like, all right, the focus here is going to be Team 7 and Team 10. And they kind of made the other teams kind of
lackluster,
feel like cannon fodder. It was interesting to see like an all-boy team and an all-girl team. But Iwabe didn't do much. Danky, Metal is a fucking disappointment.
He's there like the exact opposite of Rock Lee when it comes to like characteristic. Cause it's like, why are you shy for, man? Rock Lee was like so spontaneous, extroverted.
Bro, I'm telling you, Rock Lee used to be a menace. Bro. I will win. That nigga used to be on dirt, bro. It's like, that was fried.
I did like the new like Team 10. I like Chocho more than her father. I don't think that's like a hard bar to clear because, I mean,
more than Choji.
To like the two Choji fans out there, I'm sorry. I just like Chojo more. Shikadai, I didn't really have too high expectations for Shikadai, or not Shikadai, but Inojin going into it. But I kind of like Inojin, him like playing off of Chocho and Shikadai. I thought a lot of his lines was funny. He was like the straight guy of it.
Yeah.
He was there for
I definitely like his character in contrast to. Ain't he supposed to be like Sai's son?
Sai and Ino's
Yeah,
son,
I definitely like his contrast to Sai, because Sai was more like, I guess like just, I don't know, like more like robotic and just, you know what I mean? Like not as expressive or not as, you know what I mean? Like, and plus he had like came later. But like you say, Energy, like he has some great lines.
Yeah.
As far as like after the exam, like when they went out to eat
definitely
and stuff, he was fucking hilarious. So yeah, I definitely
Yeah, I
his
like
character.
Inojin's personality. Shikadai, if you like Shikamaru, you like Shikadai. But
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, member for member, Choji, Ino, Shikamaru. I'm taking Chocho, Shikadai, and Inojin.
Yeah.
Yeah, in that order.
Yeah, but I just felt like the teams overall wasn't as fleshed out. Team 7, I kind of like the new one a little bit more. They just got, I feel like, obviously, besides, Konohamaru being the sensei, they're kind of like more, how I want to say, like, they're more even. Like, you got strength all the way throughout. Like,
what you're saying.
where Sakura was kind of like a support, they got, like... Nah, we'll beat somebody ass. There ain't no support. Right. Boruto, he's fighting. Mitsuki is a fighter, and Sarada's a fighter. There's no like support, no stand back, no healer.
No.
They just all like brute strength. Obviously, Konohamaru could never, as a sensei, live up to Kakashi, but I do like this Team 7. But the other teams, they're not holding a candle to like Lee, Neji, Hinata, and then the team Kurenai with Shino, Hinata.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah. What the fuck is his name? Neji, Tenten, and Lee, and then team Kurenai with Hinata, Shino, and Kiba.
I am so slow. So they sensei Konohamaru, that's the little dude.
Yeah.
From, like,
Yeah.
Bro, I kept
His grandson.
I kept hearing his name, and I'm like, bro, that name sound familiar. And Boruto was like, big bro, Konohamaru. I'm like, who the fuck is this nigga, big bro? But now that I'm like, wait a minute, I'm like, that's crazy. I don't know why that never clicked for me. That is so fucking proud.
Yeah, that's Konohamaru.
Nah, that's what's up, man. Big bro, Konohamaru. That's what's up, man. That's crazy. I'm just now realizing that.
All right. What was that, 9?
Yeah.
Did y'all read out y'all notes?
9, so 55.
Yeah,
I think for this episode, I literally had just wrote down Killer Bee fighting for his life and this nigga Boruto fighting temptation. That nigga definitely was not trying to cheat, but hey, he definitely, and even like I don't know if it was this episode or one of the episodes where like he was thinking about like, damn, should I even bring it with me? Like, should I even take the scientific ninja tool? So I definitely I like that because I'm not gonna lie, like when I had first heard that, I think from you, just kind of like off camera or whatever, off podcast, it definitely had rubbed me the wrong way. You feel me? When niggas told me like, yeah, they got a machine that could do any jutsu, and you know what I mean, with artificial chakra, I was like, yeah, that sounds lame as hell. But I like how they didn't kind of, I guess they had used it, you know what I mean, for like a specific reason, like going forward. But I like how it wasn't kind of like overdone, and it didn't, even though I feel like it definitely oversaturates the idea of ninjutsus, I like how they didn't have Boruto overuse it, because I feel like it really would have undermined like how strong he was, or like, you know what I mean, like how strong he had grown to be and different things like that.
Yeah, hearing about it offhandedly is like,
yeah, it's crazy.
So everybody got that?
Yeah, literally, you're like, so how was anybody weak?
Right.
Yeah, that's how I felt when I first heard that Boruto came out, and when it got to a certain point, and as a Naruto fan, I heard, I'm like, the series over with. Scrap it, because that's not even Naruto at this point. Like, what they about to do with this? Yeah, whatever, man. But it was just horrible when I heard about it. But as we watched the episode, seeing that it just pertained to Boruto and had reasons for it, it's like, okay, I understand now. It's great. Okay, it's not great, but for the story. This episode is pretty cool. We get to see other groups come from different Villages coming in was cool. I don't know who y'all liked the most. Obviously, I think my favorite from was just the Sand, obviously. That dude with the black iron Sand was just...
Shinky?
Yeah, Shinky, but he just had like
he's goated, bro.
Black Air Force energy the whole time, man. I definitely thought the group that made me laugh the most was the triplets. I swear, I was like, bro, y'all
they straight was cool.
Copy paste, just like face, just make one hair darker, and they ain't got no particular like specialty that with audience member stood out to me. But it was cool seeing them. Did we get like a cool interaction where they, I guess at some restaurant, and then when it was Sarda and Boruto sitting there, Buddy was just like. I forgot. I think they're from the
Clouds.
Clouds, and they just trying to bully them out. Okay.
So yeah, man, you have to remember not here. We got R3 right here, man.
Right.
We got start
Get up.
your ass up.
I'm like, what? I instantly was like, bro, this is not my village. I'm not going nowhere. He's
At first, I thought Sardo was gonna press him, but she was like, "Bored, so calm down. Don't start no trouble for the."
Yeah, I'm like, bro.
Yeah,
definitely saying no business with him. He chewing gum.
Miski over here with the long ass arm. Hey, bro, I'm here.
Hey, I swear, he grabbed his shoulder like, hey.
I remember here. Y'all can get going, man.
Dude, Shiki wrapped up both of them. Like, yeah, bro.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. We seen like a little spat between the other village groups and then our Hanging Leaf MCs. That was cool. Then again, more of this episode, Boruto's not one to do the 20 exam until after, I forgot what conversation he had with, but then that's when he finally decided to go along with the 20 exam just for the high of it. But yeah, all was cool. Like I said, favorite group that came out from the other villages was from his Sand, which is obviously guided by Gaara. So that was probably my favorite group.
I definitely wrote that down. Shinky, I definitely liked his character design, even before I had like really known much about his character.
Right.
I definitely thought that he was gonna be like, I definitely thought he looked the coolest, and I thought he was gonna be like one of the cooler ones. But yeah, like going forward, I was definitely surprised to like learn that was like iron sand or whatever. I thought that was just a cloak. So
yeah. When I first noticed, I
thought it was like fur or something. Yeah, I thought it was just like a big ass like fur like coat that this nigga had on, which made me be like, damn, like what the hell?
You got that shit on.
Mink coat.
Literally, like, hey, like, bro, this nigga went and killed some wolves, bro. Made a cloak. Like, damn, this nigga dangerous.
Right.
But
yeah, I ain't got much else.
All right. I like Sasuke's like talk with Boruto in this episode about like you gotta appreciate the Naruto that has come this far. It's not like you don't appreciate the Naruto now, but you gotta learn to appreciate the Naruto of the past. That all the the work that he had to put in to get to this point.
Yeah. It's a whole lot. A whole lot.
And that's the last one I got. And then I like the little Killer Bee fight, even though seeing him still like trying to do rap and shit and.
Bro, is it just me or it was just like not the same? Like I heard it, I'm like, because even before like when I first seen Killer Bee, I don't know. I felt like a lot of people felt like, this shit kind of annoying. I thought it was cool. I always thought it was just like, even though it was a bit fried that, I mean, one of the only black characters is rapping. I thought it was cool, but yeah, when I heard his bars, I'm like, this nigga bars ain't involved none. I'm like, bro, this nigga flow done got worse. I'm like, bro, this nigga just literally became a worse rapper. Like, it's fried.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It might have just been like the voice acting or whatever they had. But.
Yeah, could have. They definitely didn't write nothing.
I'm gonna say you watched it in sub. Was it like? Did it sound did it sound serviceable?
It sounded about the same as I remember.
Okay.
Sasuke was fighting. So I mean.
Okay. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. In the dub, bro, that shit was dead or atrocious.
I'm glad
I heard it. I was like, man, why they do it?
Well, it's funny because I was trying to watch it with Crunchyroll and they only had it in sub. I'm like, damn, man.
Okay.
So like the only reason why I switched to dub because the later episodes it was like towards the end, I was like, man, I'm just gonna watch this in dub.
Oh, okay.
I just got the vibe from those episodes, and then when I was hearing Boruto spam, I should have stayed sub.
He got the same voice actor as Naruto.
But Naruto's voice is different, bro. Different characters, different voice. I don't care, man.
It's
the same
inflection or something. Man.
Yeah, it's the same, man.
All right. Episode 10, man. We got the opening ceremonies of the tuning exams, man.
Sure.
Test number 1. All right. What you guys have for this first test episode?
I literally put round 1 of the exams was cool. You know what I mean? That first little, like, I guess race, which was crazy. They gave them like an hour to run like 20 kilometers. I thought that was fraud. But yeah, they kind of had like different, obviously they had traps and stuff set up. And just even like when Sai was giving the instructions for the test, you know what I mean? Him and Shikamaru kind of have a conversation and like the first team we see take off is Gaara's. Well, the Sand Village team, Shinki's team is the first team that kind of like takes off running when they notice like, oh shit, this nigga already started the time. Right. And so basically Shikamaru was like, yeah, bro, I'm glad they picked up on that. You know what I mean? Like if they didn't, they wouldn't have made it in time. So I thought that was kind of interesting, like seeing that because I don't really have you know what I mean, like the best like one-to-one memory of the tuning exams, but I definitely feel like, obviously, like you trying to test their ability to be ninjas and like complete missions. So I guess it was nice to see them kind of work that into the test. Like, even though this is kind of like easy, you know what I mean? It's an easy task. Just dodge some traps and make it to this point. It was nice to see they kind of had some different like subterfuge or like, you know what I mean? Like they tried to spice it up. They tried to make it a bit harder than just go here and do that.
They had Tenten throwing out droids and shit.
Right. Yeah, I'm about to say, like, she was activating traps and stuff. So I thought it was cool. Honestly, on this episode, I literally had just put, I like the character designs of, like, the different, like, villages, teams and stuff. Mm-hmm. I definitely was curious on Shinki's powers because once again, I'm like, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? Like, what all can this nigga do? So I thought that was interesting. And like I had said earlier, I had wrote down that I guess like the masked guy that was in his team, I thought his character design was cool too, and I was just curious as I literally was just excited to get to that final test, see niggas throw hands and get to look at some of these jutsus and powers and like what they, you know what I mean, had decided to do with these characters for real.
Yeah. For me, I thought it was cool. Introduction. I definitely watching it. I don't know, man. Like T said, I was thinking back on the first tuning exam, which was the written test. So I mean, I don't really recall as much of it, but I know that's what it was. So the fact that there was going to the other side to answer question number 2, but had to get there a little time. I thought it was funny seeing the other villages, groups kind of like collapse or getting caught up. Like the one group that's trying to bully Boruto and Sarah out to sea. We didn't even get to see them do anything. They just straight up just tripped and fell on a bomb, and they just immediately
that was hilarious.
Eliminated.
They like played them up. They look tough.
Yeah, they look tough, man. I was just like, bro, really? Like, really? They just gone like that? Like, okay.
Oh yeah, you talking about the ones that was about to do that ultimate? Yeah, like, let's do the ultimate YouTube.
Saying that they just like straight collapse. I thought that was funny as hell.
Boruto said, "Damn, what was they finna do?"
I was like, we didn't get to see what that ultimate move was. Yeah. I thought that was funny. I was definitely laughing at the whole fact that it was a trap simulation test, and we seeing Tenten just doing like these basic like dummies that's being thrown at him, and like all the other casual objects being thrown at the groups. And I was thinking like, well, you would think that they would throw a much more harder task to them.
Oh, okay.
And in my opinion, that's what I was thinking, especially if I was comparing to the old Naruto and seeing what they was going through. So, I mean, I felt like it was, like, dialed back a little bit as far as, like, the testing goes. So, it was cool seeing that. Then we get to see them doing the part 2 of test 1 was them actually answering the question whether it's true or false. It was funny enough because they definitely got my ass because I was paying attention, but I guess I wasn't paying attention closely to what was being said. It was like, whatever you do, like, if you fall into the black, you'll fail, but, you know, you get the answer right wherever you pass. And I'm like, what? And then as they're falling down, his buddy was like, don't fall in the black, you will fail. And it's like, Okay, I guess. Like,
that's wild. And the dub side was like, if you turn black, you fail. Like,
yeah. I was like, what? What did he say?
Oh, that's right.
I literally like, what the fuck you just say?
That's right. Yeah. I thought that was kind of cool saying that. You know, we seen a little display of other people's powers and like catching themselves from actually not dropping down the ink from what it was like. So that was pretty cool. Like I said, the first round was okay to me. I kind of thought it was kind of dialed back from what I remember from the old Naruto, but it was still cool nonetheless.
Yeah, this first test like paled in comparison to the written exam and Naruto. Bro, just remembering like what I do from like the first test they had then. They had like the dude with scars on his face come in the room.
Oh yeah.
The big hard ass and like, hey,
Aaron,
we take this fucking test. Y'all better not fucking fail. Everybody starts cheating and like a great display of their powers. Gar used like the sand to create like an eye over somebody's test and cheat off of that. Yep. Sasuke used his Sharingan to like copy somebody's hand movements to copy their answers. We see Tintin hilariously with like these strings, all these fucking like mirrors on the fucking ceiling. So how does nobody notice this?
Right.
This shit was just hilarious. Ino like using the mind transfer jutsu to like take over somebody's body. It was just like an iconic scene, great fucking show of all the Guinea's powers. So this paled in comparison, but it was still a nice short little test for them. The introduction of the new Kage, this being like the first tuning exams with like all of the villages participating. Definitely a bit of a letdown. Like Darui as the new not the Mizukage, that fucking
no, that's the shark dude. I can't think of his name.
But yeah, like we got him, we got a new Tsuchikage, we got the new Mizukage, that dude with the blue hair that was like the Mizukage's helper. Obviously Gar is still the same, and then of course we got Naruto.
Right.
The opening ceremony, Shikamaru like giving a speech and he like noticing none of the fucking kids give a fuck. And nobody's paying attention in the crowd. Sarada's like, they asked a question and Sarada's like, damn. They like try to turn to Sarada like, have you read this book? You know the answer to the question. She's like, no, I've never heard of this book.
What you think?
What do you think the answer my dad would pick? Because we're gonna go with the exact opposite. I'm like, damn, straight.
Yeah, she's fried.
But no, they get through it. Mitsuki fucking catches everybody. He like catches Sarada, and Sarada gets like a fucking kunai with a rope on it, throws that down, catches Boruto.
Barely.
Man. And we see him go home after the test, like looking at the fucking scientific ninja tool and thinking back to like, damn, we barely passed. Or like if my teammates were in there, I would have fucking failed.
Right.
But definitely a cool little round one. Like seeing them run through the forest. I think, do we see Anko in this? Or is that next episode?
Anko? No, we don't see her.
No,
we don't see her at all, I don't think.
Okay, I'm thinking of a different episode then. But no, yeah, this was a cool little first test.
I love Anko design in Naruto.
Yeah, not in Boruto though.
Yeah, not in Boruto.
But no, that's all I got for 10.
Who y'all talking about?
She's Shinobi who was who we later found out that she was like part of Orochimaru little scheme because she had the curse mark as well. She had the snake. If you remember Forest of Death, she was like right there at the gate, like informing all the students. Like,
die here. Yeah, like the fishnets.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Definitely don't remember seeing her.
You ready for 11?
Yeah.
All right, man.
Let's get it.
We got round 2 of the tuning exams.
Sheesh.
Slow capture the flag action.
I really wrote that down.
What'd you guys have for this episode, man? Round 2 episode.
I thought the round 2 of the tuning exams was cool. I thought it was alright. What else did I put? I mean, Boruto definitely had to use the ninja tool, but I'm not gonna lie. I felt like it warranted that, like, because I'm about to say that nigga definitely failed horribly at his job. Like, they was definitely about to grind that motherfucker up. So I feel like, even though I seen him using, I was like, damn, that's lame. He cheated. I was like, I get it though, cause who the fuck wants to lose this early?
Right.
But no, I thought it was cool. I guess I feel like a lot of this episode really was just showing that, and then just kind of showing Boruto kind of interact with Naruto after, you know what I mean, he gets home and he kind of talks to him, and he's like, hey, bro, don't lose to that nigga. She could die, cuz. Don't catch no ill. So I thought the episode was cool, but like I said, like I was really just kind of like barely like paying attention to these episodes for real, because like I said, I was just like wanting to get to that like final tournament style exam where, yeah, I mean, we just should be seeing this go head to head. Yeah. So that's really what I was like anticipating.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. The point that you made where you Naruto wanted Boruto to beat Shikadai. I thought it was pretty interesting that Naruto has that relationship with Shikamaru in general. Right. Almost like a friendly rivalry going on between them. I think that's a cool little dynamic between those two, especially. And I think it would be great because he's the Hokage, and Shikamaru is pretty much his right-hand man. So I think it's just granted that that's just how it is going to be naturally. But I think it's pretty cool seeing that amongst those characters. As far as like the round 2 capture the flag, I thought that was dope. Seeing that, we see the other groups capturing the flags and using their methods and everything. It was a nice display of that. It was funny to me seeing Boruto using the multi-shot clone juice, and his limit is 4. The guy was like, "Oh, it's 4 to 3. Let me up on it's 9 to 4 now,
he
bro.
Like, what's 5 to 3?"
And it annoyed me so much. Like, bro, I understand that's like damn his only. I mean, it's like Naruto. That's pretty much his base, like go-to ninjutsu to call on. But it's like, but yours clones are just weak, bro. Like they have no type of versatility in combat and anything. They just there to be there. Get mollywop quick.
They're just bodies, bro.
And you just see like all of the shadow clones of the other group get to the flag, and it's like, all right, what are you gonna do here, bro? My man's like over the intercom, just like, oh shit, they about to get the flag. And Sarada and Mitsuki is like, all right, you go ahead. I'm gonna go back to him. Mitsuki's nowhere nearby, and then next thing we know, and next thing we see is my man's like, all right, what should I do? What should I do? Water style is like, all right. Obviously, he ain't doing hand sign. He just straight up, pop the pill, insert it, water's coming out. But it's like, bro, there's no water near here, bro.
And I ain't gonna lie, they even said, even one of them was like, bro, I didn't even know he knew how to do water style and how he got this much water with no water source. Yeah. I'm like, he's not like playing these off.
No, he's not playing off.
He's very suspicious.
Even
Tintin watching the surveillance, like, oh, he's good.
I didn't even do a sign. I'm like,
even
so fast.
I'm like, bro, they're spectating y'all, right? Even Tintin is like, he didn't wave a sign to use that, and then we just see Katsusuke just sitting there, like, oh shoot, what's about to? No, it's not him. It's his informative.
Yeah, his little assistant.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was just, oh shoot. Then she was like,
the glasses.
You know what? Maybe that's what I expect, because that's Naruto's son. Of course, he gonna flash those hand signs that fast. And I was like, nah,
man, that's good.
There's no way. So he gets away with it and uses lightning style. Mitsuki obviously questions like, dang, bro, I thought you was in trouble. And Boruto plays like, nah, we good, man.
Right.
We cool. So I thought it was pretty cool. We seen Sarada fight off. I forgot who's the group was she was fighting off, but ended up capturing the flag.
No, she didn't even fight no group.
Remember,
they had made like a bunch of duplicates of their flag, and all three of them went to go get the other flag.
Yeah, that's right.
Which she was the perfect person for that, because I guess with the Sharingan, she was just able to see through.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
they were fucking useless this round.
Yeah,
which is some good plot armor.
Right,
some good plot.
Yeah, RP Metals team in this round.
Oh yeah,
that made me so
when they
mad.
fighting Shinky team.
Yeah, that made me so mad. Because even Metal, bro, I'm like, bro, this is Rock Lee's son. He's gonna put the work on this dude.
Bro,
not even
yes,
bro. And it's just like, bro. So what's my man?
That made me mad.
I'm like, what is my? Because who's on Metal's team again?
It was Dinky and Iwebe.
Dinky and Iwebe.
And they got handled.
Yeah, man.
To the point where I don't even think his teammates was doing. It was just fried, and I'm thinking about it because I'm like, he must have had both of them. Like, hey, you defend the flag, I'm gonna just go get that shit.
Right.
And he literally just walked them niggas down and was like, all right, okay, y'all done. All right, I'm gonna grab your flag now.
Yeah, that was crazy to me seeing that. Metal just get hammered like that, like it was nothing. So,
But man.
I think the all-girl team lost this round, too.
All-girl team. I don't remember who they fought.
The Cloud Village guys.
All-girl team.
That's the guys?
The Cloud Village team.
Because remember, they fight in the final round. Is that the one with the long hair? With the
gum and shit.
Yeah, with the gums. Yeah. I thought that was pretty interesting. Seeing
and that big fat dude.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting.
His fight was fried.
But they beat the all-girl team.
Okay, all right, yeah. That was kind of cool. Seeing that transition go that kind of way. So kind of a little disappointment scenarios, but it is what it is. I was with T. I'm interested in seeing how the 20 exams going to play out, especially with how the fighting sequences going to match up with certain characters and what it is that we haven't seen on screen. Because granted, we are watching the manga canon episodes, so we ain't seen pretty much all their their training in the background, all that. So it was pretty interesting what is it that they're going to display in the third round.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. We lost like half the Leaf Village teams to this point. I didn't like Team 7 showing. Like, Boruto was the only one who did anything. Yeah. And, like, watch the flag. We gonna go to their flag. You sit here guard our flag. And they was like, we're all gonna go to their flag.
Right.
And so Boruto has to, like, fight off 3 of them while they... I'm like, damn, they slow as hell. They still... How they at your flag and y'all not even, like halfway to their flag. Whoa. And they had Mitsuki turn around. He doesn't even get there in time to be of any help. Yeah. And, like we talked about Boruto using the water style jutsu, and then obviously he has like a lightning chakra nature, so he just electrifies the water. He think he hay or something and just steal him out of there.
Literally.
See Gaara get attacked at the beginning of this episode by a dude with like the little fish hook thing. Yeah. That was interesting. Naruto and Sasuke in like their little lab or whatever, they talk about like, hey, Naruto's like, hey, I heard you training him. He's like, yeah, he's cool. Naruto's like, hey, you can at least pretend to be happy. Sarada made it to the next round. Sasuke nigga, that's my daughter, man.
Right.
I expect that.
I expect her.
Nigga, she gonna win.
Right? Yeah.
What are you talking about?
And then of course you see Naruto go in there, and oh my god. This dude don't even know how to talk to his own son. He's sitting there like fiddling with the shit on the desk. He's like, yeah, bro. What the fuck I'm supposed? Oh, I'm proud of you. Yeah.
He was in there like, yeah, bro. You did so crazy, man.
I said, oh man, Naruto, come on, man. Yeah. You could talk to everybody, all the other kids in the village, man.
Right. I'm about to say you literally have a heart-to-heart with Sarada.
Right.
But you come to your own kid and you like do it. And you mush mouth, bro. What you doing?
Yeah, man.
He said that's important. That's most important. I said, this nigga's bullshit, bro.
Yeah.
Naruto is such a bad dad.
All right. Let's get to episode 12.
He is a bad dad.
That's so funny, man.
So a good Hokage and a bad dad is crazy.
Boy, the best Hokage and the worst dad. Crazy.
All right. Episode 12, man. We got the round 3 episode, man. We started to get some of our one-on-one fights. You got Boruto versus Yuroi. What you guys think of this fight?
Dude with bubblegum, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting to see that. I was pretty peculiar how he's going to handle the bubblegum jutsu. Cause I was like, man, what is this even supposed to be? Like some sort of facade that I'm going to use this as cover and bait him, but actually it's just imbued chakra in those bubblegum and it's called explosions. So I'm like, all right, that's cool. So then we seen, I don't think it's probably like a few episodes before when he was training with Sasuke, and then he's training how to bend the shuriken to the target. Right. He doesn't really get it, But you see in the training that he's like, man, I should probably use ninjutsu too. He's like, no, I'm gonna try it myself. And I'm like, all right. So we see him display that, and I kind of cringed so hard when he used it, and I was like, all right, somebody had to see my man just like, yep, nope, not the back pocket. Let me just pop out this green shuriken, go ahead, throw it between these balloons at a perfect angle, and just straight cut right to Buddy. I'm like, what? I'm thinking, I'm like,
that was the worst sleight of hand I've ever seen in my life.
Someone in the crowd had to explain that. Even Shikamaru's son in the group was like, wow, I didn't know Boruto had it in him to bend the shuriken like that.
He said, bro, I didn't know that nigga was that good.
You know, so I'm like, all right. So obviously, if you watch from Otaku Perspective, we don't see Boruto's training wise. We see him attempting it, but he never succeeds that great. So just seeing him doing that, it's like, all right. So is he gonna use this for the rest of the Chunin exam, or how it's gonna play out? But that fight between him and Yuri was okay to me. Yeah. I definitely cringed seeing him use it because like, it's not the way how it go, but you go.
I get it. Like, he was like, I'm not about to lose here. But this fight definitely, for me, felt very anticlimactic and very short. I guess it's like not against like a top villain, but it's kind of just like, at first, the gum is pushing him back and he having a hard time. You see Naruto like up in the box, and I'm like, damn, I know he's sitting there shitty because you think like, okay, he probably thinking about like, okay, if I, if this was me, this is how I would go about, beating dude. If only like I could tell my son like, hey, do this, because this is how I would approach this match. But obviously he finds a way out of it anyways. And then I'm like, he's beat. Like, he popped a little gum by his face, and I'm like, boom, he down, he done?
Right.
That's what I'm like.
Yeah, I thought, like, honestly, I thought that was kind of, I honestly thought, like, how you said it was anticlimactic. I'm not going to lie, I really thought it was lazy for real. Just because, like, at first, you feel me, he was using the gum, and I believe, like, when they did, like, the capture the flag, I think it was in the last episode where, like, you seen that he was basically like, he had like trapped somebody in a bubble, and then another time he had basically like, it was just like regular gum, and he had like stuck somebody to like a wall. So I'm thinking like, okay, damn, this shit got different uses. Like, you feel me? I was interested to see like what all he could do with it. And then for that fight, for him to just be like, all right, nigga, I just made a minefield, I was kind of like, damn, that's lazy. You know what I mean? Like, I thought he would like, I really thought he was like creating this, not even minefield, but I thought he was just trying to like obstruct Boruto's view, and then he would, you know what I mean, be, I don't know, maybe like jumping around trying to catch him off guard or something, like using him as cover. But once I seen like they were all exploding, I was kind of like, you know what I mean? I'm like, that's kind of lame, cuz like, yeah, you know what I mean? I'm like, it's just not very, you know what I mean? It's just not very like sportsman-like type shit. You know what I mean? It was sportsman-like. You know what I mean? I'm just like, damn, this shit. I'm like, this shit kind of lame, cuz. That's all he gonna do. But, yeah. That fight was definitely fried, bro.
All right. We got Shikadai versus Yodo. This fight, to me, was fried. It literally came down to, like, hinged on
the earphones?
Yeah, the fight before. Like, dude steps on the gum, just like magically left over from the last fight, and then like saves him in this fight. I'm like,
yeah, now that
you would think they'd be like the NBA where if you tell somebody to clean that stuff up,
literally, nothing else was on the arena. Like,
no. So it just happened to be there. I'm like, bro, what?
Now that was definitely fried.
Yeah, I will say I do like her character design.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. The hoodie, the earphones, all that stuff. I thought it was fried when Rock Lee was trying to explain the rules, and she just like casually got music in, and Shikamaru's son just like, you hear me? She's just like, yeah, whatever. But just explain how they explained her powers, how she was just like super hearing sensitive. I thought that was kind of pretty dope that they explained that. It was cool seeing that not only Shikadai can use the shadow possession jutsu, but he also imbued his own where he can actually expand the range. So like, anyone caught in this shadow, I thought that was pretty dope.
That's hard.
Seeing that, but it was pretty cool. But again, like T said, the fights were, I don't know, man. There's some of the movements are like super repetitive. Like my man's chasing her down the whole time, and ain't like no sort of complexity to to jutsu at all. Like what we see Shikamaru before, he will use it, but you will see it just dart off from the shadow and trying to trap it. He'll do all sorts of stuff with his jujutsu, I think.
Yeah, well, he kind of using like Ina Shikacho, like teamwork. Like,
I see it.
Yeah, but even to that, I would
Choji
say I think in the next episode, like when him and Boruto fight, I feel like we talked about off camera. I feel like that's a perfect example of like some of those like older great fights of like, you know, like you said, like somebody using their jutsu and being creative with it. Cause you know what I mean? Literally Shikamaru was like, cause we came up with that shit last night. Nigga. Like we thought we was gonna be fighting Boruto. We know that, you know what I mean? We know he would struggle against like multiple enemies, and this is something we came up with that would help combat that. Right. You know what I mean? Now, was it kind of fried? That it's like, damn, your daddy had to help you come up with that? That is kind of fried. Cause I feel like in all Trinity exams, the nigga probably would have just came up with that on the spot. Yeah. But I thought it was cool because it was, you know what I mean? It's like innovative, and I feel like you said, with this fight, it definitely was just kind of like cat and mouse for real. And I mean, I will say that Shikadai definitely tried some stuff. Like he tried to like throw the smoke bomb down and like hide the shadow and different things like that. So I definitely got that feel of like, which is why I enjoyed this fight more than I think the last one with Boruto, just because it felt like, I don't know, bro. I can't really find the words to explain.
This fight kind of like rubbed me the wrong way because obviously it was kind of trying to recreate like the Tamari Shikamaru fight from the last Chunin exam, because she like kind of had like a wind type style attacks. Yeah, and she did a good job. She pushed him back. He had to like think his way out of it. Definitely had him cornered, and they do hit on the fact that like, oh, you know, Shikamaru technically isn't like, you know, his powers, his clan's jutsu isn't really built for like one-on-ones. And he found his own way to make an opening, which is just hilarious to me, like how inconsistent the power of a paper bomb is sometimes in Naruto, where he blows out the paper bomb to create his own fucking opening. It's like, bro, this man just survived like four paper bombs 2 inches away. When you know we've seen like instances where one paper bomb is going to destroy a giant boulder. But no, just between that and the gum part, kind of like sullied the fight for me, but we got the winner we wanted, so it is what it is.
It was funny because he stepped on like, what the hell? It's like, oh, that's why, because you're sensitive because of my boot and my foot and need to move.
And it definitely went the opposite way I thought, because when he first stepped on the gum, he like, yeah, gum, I'm stuck. And I'm like, oh, fuck, he fucked. Like, he is stuck. Like, oh, shit.
My man put his foot right back down, just like, you know what?
Not at all. That nigga,
I was like, what? Okay.
Now she can't hear me like shifting my movement.
Right.
Sarada versus Tarui. 3-second knockout.
Atari?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because she was like 3 seconds.
One,
2, 3.
No, the dude she fought before. The person she fought before, I think it was a female, right?
The one she fought before?
Yeah.
The first person she fought, the 3-second knockout. I think it was Tarui. I think it's a female.
Okay.
From what village?
I forgot. Probably just some no name that got knocked out.
No.
In 3 seconds.
It was a dude. It was a dude.
Okay. Well, whoever it was, sorry to wipe the floor with him.
Yeah, easily.
Next, we got Inojin's fight. I like them going back to the locker room and like everybody from the Leaf Village high five, like, hey, come on,
do your stuff,
put on for the village. We hosting. We gotta make a good showing.
Put on, bro.
7 Hokage here. Inojin, Ninja Beast scroll doesn't do much, and then we see him like off camera get whacked by a dude, little fucking baton, whatever sword shit he had.
Because I'm like, and that kind of threw me off, because I guess maybe it's in other episodes that'll come up or whatever, but I'm like, man, he was so surprised. Like, them fucking drawings is like supposed, you know what I mean? Like they supposed to take 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. I'm like, cause I'm assuming they're like shadow clones. Like, nigga, if you get a good hit in, them motherfuckers are gone. But the dude hit one. He like, bro, what? One hit? I'm like, nigga, what are you expecting? I'm like, this all you got, bro? You didn't think you was gonna have to do nothing else?
Like, a child, man. What you think?
I guess, bro.
I like the scene where he's like training with Sai, and Sai's like, "What's this, graffiti?"
Yeah. He was like, man, your designs are outdated. Now that was kind of hard because I'm like,
because his are colored inside, black and white.
Right. Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. Just you know what I mean? Yeah, kind of updated. I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah, that was funny though.
I felt bad for him. Eno was like cheering for him from the crowd.
I did like seeing you see the both moms standing right there, Sakura, Tamari, and Eno right there. That's kind of dope.
Mitsuki fights like the dude from the Cloud Village. He got like the giant shuriken. He has like the lightning style attacks. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that.
Mitsuki definitely hemmed him up. I like that episode or that fight.
He said, "Why had to be snakes?"
Bro, yeah, that was fraud. I was like, it's crazy that's just the one thing you scared of.
He made his ass quit.
Nigga, you fighting is crazy.
We get
the best fight from this little first round of fights. Chocho and Shinki.
Yeah.
Chocho put up a good fight, but lost. Her parents definitely the ones going the most crazy in the stands.
Swear.
She going crazy. They at first had like go, then they see how strong Shinki is, and then like give up.
They're like back up, long distance.
You did enough, and she just don't quit. She keep getting back up, and I love like Chocho's outfit to me is like hard, like her white headband and a little white suit. I was like, okay, that white headband is clean. I'm not gonna cap.
Chocho definitely swaggy. Battlefield, man.
But no, her fight was cool. A little, Akamichi fucking partial expansion jutsus, and then she put out the human boulder on his ass.
Oh, bro.
And then, at the end, she's like, I still lost, but, did I at least gain, some of your respect? And it was like, it wasn't a bad match.
Right.
Definitely was the best fight of round one to me.
Oh, for sure. Well, yeah, I would say maybe the one with Mitsuki might be up there. I feel like I enjoyed that one a bit more.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like,
that was a good fight, though. It definitely was, you know what I mean? It wasn't like, I don't know, cliche or bullshit. It definitely was a good fight, though.
All right, 13, we got, like, that fight, and then we got the Boruto and Shikadai fight.
Yeah, that's the one. That was probably my favorite one of that episode, man. I ain't gonna lie. Just seeing, and I don't know, I feel like just because, Shikadai, that's the main jutsu he has, and then Boruto, he don't really have a jutsu right now besides the Shadow Clone, so I felt like they were pretty evenly matched. So, it was a bit more of, even though it was kind of the same, like cat and mouse, like, I'm trying to catch you my shadow paralysis, and something like, I'm gonna just jump around this. But as far as like them like really getting hands on and really boxing, I definitely enjoyed that fight. I thought they really, got into it with each other. I thought they really was throwing hands. So I definitely appreciated that fight, man. The taijutsu was a big component, man, that I like of the fight. So
yeah, I definitely like the introduction to that fight. It was just straight hand-to-hand combat. Well, it was hand-to-hand combat with kunais, which was pretty dope.
Right.
Kind of just like very nostalgic. Just remember seeing Naruto Sasuke fight. I'm like, all right, this is how we going. I'm loving it so far. Let's keep it like that. And obviously, we get to see Shikadai utilizing his shadow possession jutsu against Boruto, and he's trying to escape it. I thought that was pretty dope seeing that. When Boruto gets caught up in it, and I'm like, oh, damn, man, like, you trapped now. Like, ain't nothing else you can do. And then Buddy results to the tour. I'm like, damn.
What do you, I know he, like, someone's a Shadow Clone. Was he, like, throw a kunai or something?
Yeah. Shadow Clone threw a kunai.
Okay, yeah. And, I just forgot what attack he did.
Yeah. Hold on, because it may have been a fight where he and Sarah did that.
No. In that fight, he used the Shadow Clone. The Shadow Clone basically, like, he didn't throw a kunai. He, like, when he made the Shadow Clone, he, like, jumped off of Boruto's back and came at Shikadai. So he had to release it to dodge that shit. And then that's when he was like, all right. That's when all the Shadow Clones was basically like, yeah, nigga, we got you.
Yeah, we got you.
Which I thought was kind of fried. And I, like, wrote down, like, even though that nigga Boruto cheated and that nigga should have won. But I'm like, cuz how long do you got to have a nigga stuck in shadow paralysis? I'm like, so this nigga gotta give up. So if he didn't give up, I had to slit this nigga throat. Like, I had to literally try to kill this nigga for this nigga to admit that he like. I'm like, bro, you can't move. Like, the fight should be over. Like, niggas should have been like, oh, you got caught, bro. You done.
So
Good
they
fight.
gotta give him a chance to see if he can break out of it. Maybe he trying to like act
But
like, oh,
there-
I'm stuck, but it's
but
really
there-
a trap.
I mean, no, you're right, but it just, it just kind of threw me off because he had, you feel me? He, like, obviously he had caught everybody off guard with that, and he had caught all the shadow clones. So I'm like, they having this moment where he like, all right, they give up, and Boruto sitting there contemplating. I'm like, nigga, what the nigga?
You
It's
should have the
over.
real one come up underground.
It's right, you said. 'Cause that's what I was expecting the whole time. It's like,
No, that would've been hard.
Like,
That
what
would've been
Boruto
hard.
underwent like secret training where he was able to get at least one more clone. That would be more realistic, rather than him using the tool. Because like, all right, he's been training. Actually, he has one clone doing the fucking Naruto uppercut shadow clone. So I'm like, that meant so good for me if I seen that. I also didn't get that, but I think that would be a nice alternative.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, honestly, when that happened, I thought maybe Boruto would do something like, I don't know, use some type of like either flashbang or like ninja tool to maybe like disrupt the shadow. You know what I mean? Like cast a light. So he like, all right, you know what I mean? Like, I can free this shadow clone up for a second to get out. Or that's what I thought would happen. But
yeah.
I mean, it was cool, man. I think definitely cheated, but it was cool.
Right, yeah, he definitely cheated, yeah. and I kind of definitely thought about it. I was like, damn, man.
And I thought that would be a good fight. Like, Shinki and Shikadai, I thought that would be a hard fight.
Right. And I was really conflicted whether it's going to be, okay, now that he used it, where is anybody else going to notice it? Or even if they don't notice it, how is Boruto going to feel using it against his buddy? Because they spoke beforehand, let's have a fair
match.
Man.
Right.
It's like, bro, you literally did do that, man.
And we see him like at the locker, he about to put that bitch up.
Yeah.
Like Tamari and Shikamaru talking to him in the hallway, and they basically telling Shikadai like, "Hey,
nigga,
win this fucking fight,
don't fucking
lose
lose
his ass." And he like, "Hold on, bro, you're not about to embarrass me. My dad watching, bro. You tweaking."
And I thought it would be like he was mad at Shikadai because I thought Shikadai had said something like, "Bro, lose to Boruto." You feel like, come on now.
No.
That's what I thought he was gonna be like. Okay, this thing got me fucked up. I'm about to bring it with me, but nah, I guess he literally was just like, damn, man, his parents want him to win. Fuck it, I don't want to lose.
Right.
So it was cool though.
Yeah.
Like,
Then he started having like those flashbacks, like, man, win by any means necessary, man. Like, even though he knows it's not the right thing to do, but like you said, he was conflicted about using the tool in the first place.
Yeah, good thing you brought that up there, man.
boy.
I didn't want to see him lose already. Got like Ino Shikacho at the end, basically all consoling each other after they all lost. Motherfuckers is shitty. They're like, fuck it, we just gonna have Sensei take us out, get us some barbecue. It's gonna be alright, man. It's always next year. Just one step further, which kind of reminded me, like, damn, it's crazy. Only one person after all of it could become a Chunin. Even like in part one, like at the end, Shikamaru was the only one who was able to become a Chunin in original Naruto at the end, even after that shit got crashed by Orochimaru. All right, time for a little conclusion, man. Final thoughts on this first 24 manga canon episodes of Boruto. First, I want to do favorite characters.
I guess I'll go first. Favorite characters is definitely gonna be Mitsuki for number one. For me, Shinki, like we all discussing so far. Shinki, Mitsuki, what's her name? Chocho?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chocho. Definitely like her a lot. Anytime she was on screen, it was always an enjoyment seeing her on there. Obviously, the OG Sasuke, Naruto, it was cool seeing them when they were in action. Even Sasuke when he's not. It's just his presence alone is just enough to be like, all right, yeah. Straight up. Like, his presence alone was like, yeah, that's the guy right there.
Okay, Boruto. Okay.
Nah, if at least character be like Boruto, nah. But yeah, that's probably my favorite character so far on that one.
All right. Yeah, I'm there with you. Sasuke was my favorite of like part one. Sarada definitely was my favorite of the new characters. I'm not gonna lie, riding with Sasuke. Sarada was gonna be my favorite new character, regardless. But no, I was genuinely, pleased with how her personality turned out. She seemed strong, and boy was I worried because the way Kishimoto be doing a lot of his female characters, I'm like, oh, they about to have her in here like Sakura with some slugs and some healing and some pussy shit. Man, she wasn't on no pussy shit. She wasn't going for no bullshit. She was on some team leadership. Potentially could end up being the first ever Uchiha Hokage. The first ever, or the second ever female Hokage. And it was a nice little refreshing thing to see because before now, I mean, Uchiha women have been so irrelevant. Like, we got, maybe 2 with just names, not even powers, like Itachi's girlfriend, and then, of course, Sasuke and Itachi's mother, but that's it. Like, those are only 2 relevant Uchiha females, and we don't even have, like, powers or anything. We just have names for them, and that's literally it. But definitely was pleased with how they did Sarada. Was definitely worried going into it because Naruto doesn't have the greatest track record for how they treat a lot of their female characters. And then secondly, I would have to say kind of like a tie between Chocho and Inojin for characters that caught me off guard that I didn't expect to like. But was like pleasantly surprised. I definitely had to highlight those 2 characters. I thought they were really funny. Especially with me like not even being like a big fan of Sai or Ino from part 1. I was like, okay, Inojin is kind of funny. And then not really being too much of a fan of Choji in part 1. Chocho was definitely great.
I think for me, favorite characters, one, I have to go Mitsuki. Just, you know what I mean? Like, I think his jutsus are cool. I like his background. I like kind of his basis. And, you know what I mean? He's pretty strong, pretty cool guy. Shikadai as well. Definitely like his character. Shikamaru has always been one of my favorite characters. So, I feel like with there being a lack of other younger characters that I really like, I feel like Shikadai is just one that I'm like, bro, you know what I mean? Like, every time I see him, you know what I mean, fighting or using his power or coming up with a plan or just on screen, I'm always, like, interested. Like, damn, okay, what my nigga Shikadai finna do? And then I feel like just as far as, like, power and character design-wise, I'd have to say Shinki is definitely probably my 3rd favorite character, just like I said, just based off character design and like his powers and shit. I think he's pretty cool. Yeah.
All right. Start with Theo. Final wrap up thoughts.
Got for us, Theo.
Score and all those such things.
How you feel about this, Theo?
Man. I don't know. To be honest with you, Boruto for these 24 episodes, it was cool. The characters, like we already discussed, we discussed our favorite characters. There were none that I said I at least liked. They were just meh to me. I mean, Boruto was okay. I mean, yeah, he was going through his phases where, yeah, he's still a young child and he's going through the father syndrome and his father not being there because he has an important job to do. But yes, his mother's still there, holding it down. Sarada, she's a cool character. I like her to Jordan's point. She's definitely that more mature role for Team 7. More serious of a character. And also I'm hoping for a good future plot and stories with her as well. Mitsuki, I like him a lot. See, the sound, there's definitely some of the sound OSTs I heard that remind me much of like Naruto Shippuden that I see that they brought over, which is a nice little touch. I didn't really care for the opening or endings like that. They was really skippable. I don't know how you guys felt about it, but they was really skippable to me. Some Naruto's opening and endings can definitely be hit and miss for me. It'd be good here and it'd be bad there. It'd be good next to it. It'd be all over the place. For the arcs that we covered, mostly were okay. The best one was really just the I guess you want to call it the Twin Zem arc or the Naruto retrieval arc, if you want to call it, just from the fight scenes in general and how they display it and utilize them. See what else? The sound, like I said, the sound was okay. Character was cool. The arcs for their plots was good, except for like the last 4 episodes that we see with Tento and Boruto. I mean, that was just pretty much filler, but still, nonetheless, it was cool because it still had some sort of correlation with their previous fight with Momoshiki. So yeah, all in all, I mean, I guess like a 7. I mean, that's where I'm at right now in my heart. I would say I give it no more than that, especially because it comes from bro, what you like for, bro. Especially coming from just watching Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, I was not even highly expecting much of this because of what I heard prior to Boruto's, like it's got good or it's bad, especially from the early on stages. It was like, man, I really don't want to watch this. So when Jordan recommended last week, I definitely like dreaded watching it because I had no idea what to expect from these episodes. So the fact that he chose it and I was forced to watch it just for this week's coverage, I'm all right. Let's check it out. See, we don't scratch our brains out. But luckily enough, we're here today. It was cool. 24 episodes of the main canon for the manga portion. So. Yeah, it was definitely cool. Will I continue to watch it? From the clips that I've seen, I think I would more so watch it for the canon episodes, not the filler.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I have a lot of the same opinions, sound wise. The characters, I definitely enjoyed. Taking a peek back into the Naruto verse, checking in on like all of my favorite characters from my childhood. I was pleasantly surprised with a lot of the kids of some of my favorite characters growing up. I thought they would be annoying or they'd be bratty, but no, I was pleasantly surprised. A lot of them are like very entertaining, very fun characters, even if they like aren't the most like well written or in depth characters. They were still fun and entertaining. Story-wise, I mean, you have here what you would expect from any long-running shonen show. Right. So, I'm not really gonna gripe on that too much. It is what it is when you're talking about long-running shonens. Besides the Mujina Bandits arc, I felt like the arcs that we did cover in these 24 episodes are pretty good. Studio Period, I give them like a C- for this. Some of the episodes was good. Some of the episodes, it was kind of hit and miss with the art and animation. Some of the shit was cool. Some of the shit was like, hey, what we doing? It's looking like the beginning of Dragon Ball Super. Some of these shots is kind of wonky. Yeah. Then, yeah, so story, animation, character, yeah. I think I'm right there with Theo for, obviously, this is not counting the filler. This is just counting these 24 episodes. I'm right there. I'll probably get this a 7.5. I could definitely see this being like a guilty pleasure show of mine. I definitely watch it on some downtime, turn on some of the manga canon episodes. And like I said, last week, hearing about some of the stuff happening in Two Blue Vortex, the Boruto time skip there, basically Shippuden, if you will. Right. And, a lot of the stuff happening there has been really intriguing me, so it's just giving me even more motivation to like catch up on the Boruto canon of part 1 so I can start reading the manga for part 2. But yeah, I give it like a 7.5 for what we watched.
Yeah, man. So as far as the sound, OST, not a big sound guy. Didn't watch an OP or ending. Definitely skip past that. I will say that there were like different times during the episodes where I feel like the music use was pretty good. And like, it fit the mood. I never felt like, like, damn, like, are they playing a song right now or why are they doing that? I never felt that way, so I can't really complain there. As far as the animation, it didn't really blow me away, but I wasn't disappointed or anything. Like, it was cool. I definitely agree with Jordan, though. There are, like, some shots or some scenes, and I'm like, yeah, that looked kind of weird, but I mean, it was cool for the most part. As far as the story, I don't really have a problem. I feel like I agree also with Jordan again on this point as far as like with this being a shonen and just having like 300 episodes, I kind of was like already knowing what to expect. Like I'm not expecting to, you know what I mean? I wasn't expecting to run into any like huge like plot twist or like crazy convoluted like story arcs within these 24 episodes. So I can't say that I was like disappointed or anything like that. I do feel like Boruto just, I don't know, man, something about the tone. I feel like it's very lighthearted, and we kind of talked about it off screen. And there are a lot of different reasons for that. Like this is supposed to be like a time of peace right after a great ninja war, and you know what I mean. Like the Uchiha bloodline is just not, the cycle of hatred is over. So there are a lot of reasons why I feel like the tone is more lighthearted and it's not as gritty or as or like maybe, you know what I mean, like the stakes aren't as high as I feel like they were in Naruto. So I don't really want to hold that against it. One thing I can say, I feel like the Momoshiki fight was pretty good. Like I said, I thought it was well choreographed. That was kind of gripe that I had with the show, like with a lot of different other fight scenes. I felt like it was just very like rudimentary, and there are a lot of things as far as like just in the Naruto verse that I feel like they changed, just as far as like how different people or like shinobis use their jutsus or like techniques and stuff. I feel like I don't know, I just think like a big like intrigue for me watching Naruto and Shippuden was the fight scenes. Like, as y'all know, y'all tune in every week, y'all know I'm a big action guy. I love a great choreographed fight, and I feel like that's something that I really like revere and respect about Naruto is, you know what I mean, like any of the fights that I think back to, I never had a feeling of like, you know what I mean, like, oh, this is stagnant or this isn't exciting to me. And like I said, it could have just been like, you know what I mean, at that time, it's one of the first animes I watched. So I look at it with rose-colored glasses. But yeah, that's probably the only gripe I had with the show for real. So I would rate it, these 24 episodes, or, you know what I mean, I guess my overall opinion of the show from these 24 episodes, I would say standalone by itself, I'd probably give it like a 7. Like, it's cool. It's serviceable. I am excited. I am interested to see the Two Blue Vortex, the Shippuden. I probably will check that out when it drops, just because I said, like, towards the end of the episodes that we watched, like the last 2 arcs, not so much the first one, but the last 2 I really enjoyed. I think the fights were cool, and I definitely, like, developed a liking to the characters, and I wouldn't be against seeing, like, their new character designs and seeing, you know what I mean, like what direction the show takes and what all happens. So yeah, I would say like overall, just like by itself, the show Boruto, I would give it a 7. If I had to compare it to Naruto or Shippuden, I feel like that my idea of it would probably go down to maybe like a 6, 6.5. But I mean, you know, I'm like, for what it is, it's a 7. It's cool. Like Jordan said, I could see this being a show that I tune in, you know what I mean, every now and then, or just turn on when I'm doing something, you know what I mean, when I got free time or whatever. And like when the Two Blue Vortex comes out, I definitely will be checking it out and seeing like where they go with the story from here. So
okay. All right, Theo, what you got for us?
Middle of the week, man, I had to come with a hard, close decision because I didn't know how many episodes I wanted it to be, but it was definitely an anime I seen not recently, but I'll say like a few years ago.
okay,
that was it kind of caught trend.
Sort of.
Nah, the show we'll be watching is Tokyo Revengers. I don't know if you guys. Y'all seen that already? No way, y'all already seen that already.
Yeah, it's It's cool.
I have not.
You're not? I would say y'all did. I had a second
I've
one.
seen it. It's cool.
No, you sure? Cause my second one was gonna be Mushoku Tensei.
Oh no.
I don't even know what that is.
Dang, you don't know what that is? Dang, you already seen it?
What?
Mushoku Tensei.
I haven't seen either.
Either? Oh dang.
So we watching Tokyo Revengers, man. All right, bet.
Yeah, we gonna check out Tokyo Avengers. It was
Nice.
something that a coworker brought to my attention, saying he want to check out. So I was like, damn, bro, I might as well just say
The
for
ending
this
is
week.
a slapper.
I definitely like the show. It has action. Like George, I definitely like the open and ending to the show. It was something that was like when it first came out. I had no idea what it was going to be till my boss mentioned it to me, and so the characters in it was cool. I can't stand the MC though, but he definitely grows a little bit. But I think mostly
You talking about
Terrence would be
bro with the red?
with the red.
Yeah, that the MC. That you talking? Is that the show? I think. Yeah, I know. You talking about.
It's all the blonde dudes, the delinquents.
Yeah, the gang members.
He don't know what the fuck.
Huh? Oh, it's not what I think. Oh, hold on. Let me take a look, Andrew. What the fuck is Tokyo Revengers? I don't know if I know
He
this
said
show
red.
or
I'm
not.
like, what are you talking about,
They're
bro?
red.
That nigga said blonde hair. Huh?
Yeah, bro, Tokyo Red.
He thinking about
Yeah, my dumb ass. Yeah. Don't know what the fuck this is. Okay. All right.
Yeah, we're going to check out Tokyo Avengers next week. But like I said, I heard through the boss, and I kind of watched the show while it was coming out, and I heard it was pretty cool. Well, I watched it. It was definitely good. I finished the second season of it. It was definitely cool as well. Heard the manga slapped a lot. It was definitely just like a ride-along with the MC because it's like a love-and-hate relationship with him. And you definitely going to feel that way while you're watching it. I felt that way 100% about it, but all the other side characters was great. My favorite character in that show is Mikey, hands down best character.
Yeah, Mikey.
In the show.
Yeah, MC, right? Oh no, that's not the MC.
No, that's
is
not
it?
the MC.
Okay. I do remember somebody talking about a character named Mikey.
Mm.
First impressions, this definitely be a first watch through of mine. Remembered hearing about Tokyo Revengers when it was airing, like the first season, weekly. Didn't check it out then. I thought the animation style was pretty good. It was just other shows coming out at the time that I was busy watching that season. I did hear like this is one of them shows, you know, it got the delinquents and the gangs. It starts out really well, but then I heard like it like starts to involve some type of like time travel plot line and shit gets messy there, and that's when like the story kind of like starts to, you know, fall over itself. But I guess I'm gonna figure out, you know, whether there's any truth to that, but that's my own experience with this show is I haven't seen it before, and the only things I really heard about it is it starts good, but then they kind of start to like fuck themselves up when they start to introduce some time travel shit. So that I don't know if that's true or not, but that's all I know going into it.
I ain't gonna lie, just first thoughts hearing it, definitely had the show mixed up with something else. It's not what I thought it was, so I've never seen this show. I mean, did a quick little search. The thumbnail image, like, it doesn't look familiar. I think I've heard of the show, but I don't think I've like seen much of anything. I don't really know much of anything, so yeah, I mean, excited to dive in and see what it has in store, man. And shit, we'll just have to see, really.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what y'all say about it.
But I mean, hey, like everything from what I heard from both of them seems cool. You know what I mean? I like the kind of delinquent stories. Definitely a guy at action. So yeah, I mean, sounds like something that I should be interested in.
Yeah. Okay. Some fights, some gun popping, let's get it. All right then, y'all, man. Like, share, subscribe, man. Let us know down in the comments, man. What did we get wrong? What did we get right about Boruto? What do you guys like about Boruto? What do you not like about Boruto? Do you think people should give Boruto another chance? Should they catch up on the manga canon? Whatever. And meet us back here, man. Next week we'll be talking Tokyo Revengers. Link in the description for Otaku Perspective social media. Follow us on there for updates. All that being said, man, we're going to catch y'all next week. Otaku Perspective out.
From nothing, but it don't show. Ain't no telling how far I go. Cause where I'm from, you don't